sport fans watching around the world. This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's get straight into the episode.
Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Alright, y'all. Today's a Monday and Mondays are for Docs. Thank you for clicking or tapping, and let's start today's spew. Before I do, I would just like to say Merry Christmas to any of the real ones watching today on the 25th of December. If you didn't get anything for Christmas, tell that fat cunt Santa to get fucked, and let this episode be my gift to anyone who has any free time today. And if you didn't buy your mum a present, lads, come on, do better next year. Now, to my guest, before we start, I'd like to say something to you that I say to everyone that comes on, but I would not be saying it if it wasn't true. You're sitting here because I find you interesting, and that's because you are an interesting person. I want to learn more about you, how you think, and how you feel, and I love that I have the opportunity to be able to share this experience. So I really appreciate you coming over. Thank you for sitting down. And ladies and gentlemen listening, I've been very excited for this episode, not just for the yarn, because I've missed my guests. I really, really have. The reason for is because this lad has a lot to offer people, from his own personal growth to his introspection in others. He is very motivating and he's always down for a good laugh. And personally, I can always travel down any fried thought and he's happy to walk that path with me. So I'm very, very grateful to know him. For those who don't know, this is Rhysy boy. It's Rice Bones. It's the hard R himself. This is Rhys Jones.
Thanks for having me, bro. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Good.
And nice to see that I'm on the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Jewish ancestors.
Fuck yeah. I was going to get a Santa hat, bro. I was going to get Santa hats, but I fucking
That's cool.
forgot.
Shout out to Santa.
Yeah, shout out to Jesus too. Happy birthday, bro.
My dog.
Happy birthday. What is he, 2024?
Yeah, literally, I think.
Yeah. Good on him. Oh, bro, the first question I like to ask. First, I'd like to say, second time going through the intro, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's a long spiel, man. It's a really long spiel.
I thought that would take about 5.
I was like, fuck, this guy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of writing down. I wouldn't be able to remember it myself, to be honest.
It wasn't, I kind of freestyled it, but I got the main points out, and that was just everything that I wanted to say about you. Because I meant it, dude, and I'm going to
It was very heartfelt. I appreciate
I'm
it.
going to dive into it a lot, because I do appreciate you a lot. But the first question I like to ask people is, how do you feel in this current moment, whether it's hungry, horny, tired, excited, nervous, doesn't matter what it is. How do you feel?
I'm a little bit... I haven't eaten much today, but I had a pretty good day. Spent 5 hours getting a tattoo that I thought was going to take an hour, so
Yeah.
shout out to that apprentice that just tattooed me.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty good, man. Yeah, feeling better.
Tattoo is such a big effort, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it
such a day.
it hurts, man.
Yeah.
It really hurts. And like the start of it is all right, and you're like, oh, this is fucking sweet. And then they start to get into like the color and shit, and it's like, oh, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's just time. Like over the first hour, it's sweet, and then as soon as it gets to like 2 hours, 3 hours, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Just stop. And I got like a scar like right there.
Yeah.
I like cut the skin down to the bone, and he was like going over that, and that was fucking excruciating. Yeah, I was just,
Yeah, I got
And,
my
yeah.
artist once went over I've got like a mole that's like looks like a freckle, but it's got a lumpiness to it.
yeah,
It's one of those wobbly cunts where like if the sun hits this,
yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah,
you know?
nice,
Like I should get this cut
Deformed.
off. Yeah.
And they're always just like, oh yeah, sorry, man. There's
There's
like,
this- bro, I look at it like,
fuck,
and he's got
dude.
like a deep line over it.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just like
you can't
really
even
dug in
see
there.
it.
He's like,
To be a dick, bro. You know what I mean?
dude just hates moles.
This is what you get for keeping this gun on.
Yeah,
you know
cut
what
this
I
off,
mean?
motherfucker.
Yeah. If you want to come to me for a tattoo, clean yourself up, bro. I got good memory. My tattoo artist, I got good memories with Tom and shit like that. Because I remember one time I tried to get my waist tattooed.
Yeah,
I tried to get these 2 symbols. And it's the Greek
would
god
be
of Apollo. Oh, bro,
that would be
low.
the worst pain ever. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, well, I want my whole torso symmetrical. Everything's the same on both sides.
Yeah.
So then, as he's putting him on, I'm like, I want to go a bit lower. And as he starts to go a bit lower, I'm like, I didn't shave this morning.
Oh.
I haven't shaved in
Don't tell me you shaved your fucking pubes.
I haven't shaved in months. I mean, like 6.
I felt bad about the dude shaving my leg, bro.
I mean, 6 months. So he's gone down to like where the pubes shouldn't already be if you're
Yeah.
not a disgusting cunt.
Yeah.
And they're there, and I'm just like, but they're not where the tattoo's gonna go. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I'm just gonna have to get him here. And it came out. Thank God it did. I was like,
They're in
I
Speedo
wanted to go a
range. Like
bit
if you're wearing
lower.
Speedos, they'd stick out.
Nah, way higher, like almost belly button. No. But it was like getting there, you know. I'm just like, oh, look, man, I want to go a bit lower. So then he pulls my pants down again, gets the towel on, and now I've got like a good probably ½ inch of bush hanging out,
Nice.
and I'm like,
Free the bush, man.
wanted it to be a bit lower, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got 1 inch of bush hanging out,
Oh,
and then he's fucking just giving us a little tidy up, you know. So it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
yeah.
And then I'm like, we'll go a bit lower. And he's like, oh, bro, are you serious? Now I've got like half a bush, bro.
You should have just handed you a razor and said, okay.
I ended up just being like, you know what, dude? Can I have the razor? He's like, I was just about to say it. Went to the bathroom, cleaned. The razors are so good, in the tattoo shop. They're
Yeah.
so good.
I use them to shave my neck, those little
yeah.
Bic ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're just like the twin blade. I
Yeah,
think they're
yeah.
the best fucking
they're
razors.
good.
Because they're just like a straight blade, really.
Yeah. I like the Gillette Fusion vibrating button. You know
I
that
don't
one?
like the fucking 6, like the ones with the 6 razors in
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They just fucks me
I
up.
think that's what I got.
The ones with like just 1 or 2 razors you can get like really close on the neck.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
those.
It's good, but I'm a bit fucking. I'm not that coordinated.
We don't shave anyways, man. You got a bush and a beard. So.
Not that coordinated. It's too sketchy. Anyway, so he shaved me up. I got them pretty much on the groin now. They're like where the leg meets the what do you call it, pelvis?
Yep.
So that was hurtful.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
pain.
That would fucking suck. Yeah, there's heaps of tendons and veins and soft skin there. So
That hurt. My worst one was actually like 2 weeks ago. I got my belly button filled in black.
yeah, that would be. Dude, you even sticking your finger in there, you start to feel weird things going on all over your body. I don't know what. It's the forbidden button, man.
It's the old mouth. That's what I call it.
The old mouth.
The old mouth.
The mouth of the gods, man.
Yeah. It is the mouth of the gods. I don't know. It was a weird feeling. Honestly, I would recommend everyone to try just getting a little bit of ink in there just to see what it feels like.
I don't know, man. Those Samoan dudes do it
Yeah.
that traditional style with the
Yeah.
hammer and nail. They go right in the belly
Oh,
button.
yeah. They
That
hit
would
it like
fucking
with a
suck.
chisel and shit.
Yeah, and you can't tap out
Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. I wanted to tap out getting my last tattoo. It was like my torso, stomach, sternum.
Yeah.
Have you got sternum yet? You got a bit of
No, I
chest
don't have
now?
anything on my torso. I'm planning
Okay.
on getting a stomach piece, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna fucking hurt, man.
It's not that bad, but sternum, oh my
I'm
God.
probably just gonna numb it, to be honest.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, you fucking got to sit through the pain." I'm like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
I'd rather
yeah.
not suffer. I suffer enough.
Yeah, I know. I honestly like it, dude. I love the feeling of when it's done. Oh, fuck,
Yeah, it
that's a
is
good
nice.
feeling.
They put a little skin on this one, which is nice. It's not stinging at all now. So
They're mad,
Yeah,
they
just
call it like
take
a
it off in
magic
6
wrap
days.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my artist's been giving me them too.
yeah,
They're sick. Yeah, I don't know. I want to go back. I think I was going to go back on the 3rd of January.
to
And I'm like,
Thailand.
Nah, just my artist. To
Oh,
get
okay,
more
'cause
done
you
here.
did that crazy. That was insane what you did in
It's
Thailand. Man. I
65
just remember
hours.
seeing the Snapchat videos. I was like, "Holy, this dude's gonna die, bro!" There's like photos and videos of you drooling in a bed. I'm just like, me and Ryan, I think me and Fossey were texting about it, just like, "Fuck, this dude is just a psycho, man."
That was a great holiday, dude. That was a great holiday.
Just like, yeah,
Yeah, it was 6.5 days, that tattoo. That was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I'd love to go back and get more done, but some boys don't. Yeah. Why'd you let an apprentice do the work too? Did you know him?
My mate Luke, Lucas Atkins.
Maybe. It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he knew you, and I told him today because I saw him today. But anyways, he
And he's
posted
like, who
on
the
his.
fuck's that?
Yeah, he literally was. And yeah, he posted on his story like the guy he works with at the tattoo parlor is an apprentice. So I was like, fucking $50 tattoo.
Oh, man.
And I was like, yeah, sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, $50 tattoo.
Yeah, yeah. I saw this a couple of weeks ago and I was like, oh, I want to get that. And then I just saw that and it's weird how things happen like that when you start thinking about it. It's like fucking
Fuck.
different things pop up.
Life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm ready to dive this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had an apprentice tattoo me before. I don't know.
It was like his last apprentice tattoo, so it was fucking kosher.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
nice.
yeah, it'd probably be pretty rough going to a first one. I've heard some stories of like people setting up completely and then the apprentice has been like, no, I can't do this.
No way.
Yeah, too much pressure.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad. Too much pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just thinking, it's funny how it's called an apprentice, but you don't get a trade when you finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty like there's like I think everywhere is probably different, but the dudes that they're doing it at where I just went, they make them do all different types of styles and stuff. They have to like be able to show that they can draw them, and then like the fucking artists are really strict on them, like, no, change this, like this is wrong.
Wow.
I think you're doing this wrong. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to see.
It is cool to see, but it's also confusing, because it's like Everyone has their own personal expression of drawing tattoos, eh?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you have to be able to do the correct. Like obviously, you could go to different places. You might be able to become a tattoo artist, but you're just going to be a shit artist. Sort of thing. So if you can
True.
get those, you get sponsorships and stuff if you're known in the game, sort of thing.
True. I guess like if
I don't really know much about it. I'm just talking out my ass right now, but that's how it would work in my world, anyways.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, I'm about to spit some bullshit. I've got no idea what I'm talking about either. But I had this Instagram page I was making for a while called Sydney Tattoo Tour. If anyone listening, there's a link in the description below. Eventually, when I do put the description on YouTube, click on the Sydney Tattoo Tour. And I just went through and I just messaged every artist I could. I went through every single tattoo shop, messaged every single artist I could. I didn't finish it, but I was getting through it. And then I just say, send me your name, where you work, and your style of tattoo and the best photos you want. So if you go on this webpage, you can see different styles of tattoos and then where to find the person who does your style of tattoos.
Indians do that with hot chicks on Instagram too. They always message me trying to get me to follow them.
They do too. I thought I was original.
Nah, it's a great idea, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a little business that I was planning on doing with it, but it was pretty time consuming. So
it would
I had to take a big pause from that little endeavor. But yeah, I'm fucking buzzing to get more tattoos. What was your first tattoo?
My calf, this crocodile here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that in Early Beach, and I walked in, and the dude was like, there was a dude getting his foot done, and within like 5 minutes, he tapped out, and I was like, oh fuck! Like I was hungover as fuck. I was like, what am I getting myself into? It was honestly the worst because I was a little bitch back then. I was like 18 years old, hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
It was like a cat dragging its nail across my calf for 3 hours. I was like, fucking, I'm never getting another tattoo again.
Wow. Yeah.
So
My first one was my head.
that's fucking insane. That's just
So
like, that's the
retarded,
most
eh?
ridiculous.
That's so.
But it's so on brand for you. Like you just fucking 100% or 0%.
Oh.
I'm sort of the same, but nowhere near to the extent of you. Like you are just.
Dude, you're honestly, if I said it without thinking, I'm comfortable saying it, that you're probably the closest person I know to me. Like, honestly, whenever
It's a compliment, man. Fuck,
when
man.
you talk, I think, fuck, that sounds like me, bro. I want to do that. I wish I did that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I don't know how, before I keep going, do you want me to get you a drink?
I might grab another one. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's
You
all
get a
right,
drink.
man. Sorry, bro.
Right. I was going to say, I don't know how I wanted to orchestrate this conversation. I kind of made some notes and I was like, fuck it, I'll just freestyle it. I love
probably
freestyle.
better, yeah.
I love freestyle on the pod. But a couple of things I was thinking of when I was trying to think of some things to say was, I was thinking the first time we met.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you remember it.
No, I
Because
don't.
I actually have finally remembered it. Yeah, you go.
Sorry, is it Ryan's party?
It is Ryan's
Okay,
party,
yeah.
But the weird thing about it is that, like, I remember being there first and everyone, that was a fun party. Everyone was like getting pretty fucked up. Then you showed up and you were kind of doing the rounds, being like, hey, I don't know you. Like, oh, hey, bro. Oh, hey, I know you. And then you're like, oh, hey, what's your name? And I was like, oh, Doxy. And then you're like, oh, Rhys. And you're like, oh, yeah, I know you. I was like, oh, yeah, I know you too.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then but I'd never met you before that.
I think probably Fogel just talked about
Maybe,
us three.
yeah.
Fogel's Fossey. That's what I like to call him.
Fogel. Shout out to fucking Fossey, bro. I fucking love Fossey.
But I think he just talked about each other, like me to you and you to me, so much. I was like, oh, I know that guy. Yeah, I fucking heard his whole life story.
Yeah, me too.
We've probably not even spoken about half the things we know about each other. Just Ryan's just the middleman.
Fuck, I love.
Shout out to Fossey, man.
Fucking
He's
love
the fucking
Fossey, bro.
the Joe Rogan of Penrith at the moment with his fucking guns and
Yeah, his camo suit.
water skiing and fucking.
See his camo suit. He has this full head to toe, like winter drip.
I
camo
know
suit.
that he fucking puts that on at least once a week and just looks in the mirror. You know he does. He just fucking
He sneaks up on himself today.
yeah.
Like he
His
crawls
missus is out. He's like, oh fuck yeah, finally I can put the camo suit on, man. Let's
with
go.
his gun, Commando crawling through his house by himself. Bro, speaking of his house, did he tell you the story recently about when he heard this noise coming from downstairs? It wasn't recently, it was probably 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But he heard this noise coming from downstairs and then Hannah went out there, his missus, and was like, came back in and was like, Ryan, you got to hear this
Is
story.
this the Pepsi Max kid? That's what started the whole
Bro.
yeah. That's you know the dude, yeah. He told me that story. We were cracking up about it. It was so long.
For those who don't know, I'll fill you in for don't know, but Posse went downstairs of his house, and in his kitchen was like a 2-year-old Down syndrome autistic kid just raiding his shit, opened his fridge, grabbed a Pepsi Max, started drinking it.
The funniest part about the story is that any rational person would be like, okay, have the Pepsi Max. Ryan was fucking pissed that this kid took his Pepsi Max. Don't fuck with Ryan's Pepsi Max.
That's so good. Fuck, I love Ryan, man. I speak to him so much, and it's still not enough.
Yeah, I don't speak to him enough. We just sort of Snapchat each other now, but it's hard. Like, I live in fucking Queensland. You know, you like, that's the life you choose, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I miss that fucking guy, man. I'm hoping to see him tomorrow.
Yeah, nice. He was going to come over and sit in for this pod, but
He works crazy hours.
he's a lazy cunt, really. That's why he didn't come. He's got nothing to do with working.
I'll make excuses for him today.
Yeah.
He's a hard-working man.
Nah, he's not. It's fine, but you mentioned Queensland, so we'll drive into Queensland, dude. I was thinking like who, what, when, where, why, the main reasons for it. Mm-hmm. But if I was to think of it, right, when you told me you were going to Queensland, I thought, who the fuck are you to fucking leave us and go to Queensland, right? Why the fuck are you doing this to us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why did you make the whole decision to go to Queensland?
I don't know. I sort of did it last minute, but I think I did it on 2 weeks' notice. I was just like, fuck this. Some things happened with an ex-partner, and I was like, all right, I just wanted to get a change. And I had the opportunity. And I think, like, I grew up in Penrith, but I was born in New Zealand. My mum's from Scotland.
I didn't know you were born in New Zealand.
My dad's from Wales. My sisters were born overseas. None of my family's here. So, like, in a weird way, I don't feel like I ever, like, not saying I didn't, like, trying to be, like, sad or anything, but I've never actually felt like I fucking was belong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Like
not
home.
from, I'm not from, like, West, like, I grew up here, but I'm not from here, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like, it's
okay.
never been, like, a thing where I'm like, I always knew, like, from young age that I wanted to fucking travel and get out and do whatever, whether that's, like, I haven't really traveled as much as I'd like to, but I've always known that I wasn't going to live in Penrith forever.
Yeah, I've known that since I met you. I've
Yeah.
known that since I met you. And before we go any further, the feeling that you had about like not feeling like you know you were born here, but you didn't feel like you were from here.
Yeah, it's not
you
like...
have more of like an empathetic understanding for the transgender movement now because it's very, very, very similar.
Dude, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I think fucking do whatever the fuck you want. But I don't think it's even the transgender people themselves that are, like, on that movement.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, like, woke, you know, it goes into, like, anything. Fucking Ukraine and Russia, Palestine and Israel. People just, for whatever reason, feel the need, like the fucking black squares on... For whatever reason, feel the need to prove that they care about things.
Yeah.
When really they don't, because, like, you're sharing that. I had this conversation with a family member the other day. They were like, it's just so wrong. And I'm like, that's life. But at the end of the day, you're using a phone that was made by Chinese slaves. And the fucking raw materials. I'm parroting Joe Rogan, but it's true.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and be like, and cry and act sad about it. It's not enough. Like,
Yeah, it's not.
if you want to talk, like, say, do something about it, you know what I mean? And I get people going to rallies and stuff. That's cool. Like, but I just feel like it's like pretentious to be able to sit there and tell people what's right and what's wrong because you don't really know what's going over there.
Yeah.
Or anywhere. Not
Yeah.
saying, like, condoning. I think it's fucked up what's happening in Palestine right now for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's just like any other movement. And I don't think it's actually the transgender people because I think those people just probably want to live a fucking normal life.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever see those people really.
Yeah,
They're
not
not the
really.
loud voices in that. It's just people that want to, whether it's insecurity or fucking whatever, they want to be seen as like part of the herd or like doing their part. And it's like even in corporate world now, like I think that's driven it heaps, like marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
They use it as a tool.
There's attention.
Because like you can advertise using transgender rights and then no one can fucking say anything about it. We saw that happen with Bud Light, which is, you know, it's funny because that's a brand that just doesn't,
It doesn't
it's
give a
not
fuck.
coherent, but any
Yeah.
other brand can be like, oh, we support fucking this, we support that. And no one can be like, oh, do you really? Like, yeah, we do. We got a flag. Like,
Yeah.
it's
You're
so
right.
dumb.
You're right. Yeah, I think that I did open a can of worms straight away when I asked that question.
Yeah,
but
sorry, that was a lot.
No, you made me realize.
Just jumping,
like,
yeah.
You made me realize, like, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty passionate about this. I used to talk about it every now and then on the pod because it is such a conversation piece lately, anyway. But I think the main point that I'm starting to come across is attention. It's all for attention. It doesn't matter whether it's the people who are having a voice against it. It doesn't matter if it's the people who have a voice for it, or it doesn't matter if the people who are transitioning themselves I don't even have a problem with attention. I make fucking YouTube videos every single week. I love attention.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't blame anyone. But I think one thing I'm starting to realize is it's just the trend that kind of had to swing. Now it's swinging back, which is, I guess,
The pendulum is swinging the other way now.
Swinging.
It's weird to see. Yeah.
But even the trend in itself, like trends go inside of trends to the fact where, remember when it was such a cool, not cool, but it was like a thing for people to be like emo?
Yeah.
There's not
Even
many
that's coming
emos.
back now. Like,
Yeah, but that's coming back because because there's nothing for people to identify with to not identify.
yeah.
You know what I mean? People want to be a part of something, but they don't want to be a part of the main.
I think it's two things. Two people. There's one group of people that don't like things that are different to them. Well, no one likes things that are different to them. And then there's another part who want to be different to society. You know what I mean?
But even when they want to be different, they want to be inside. It's still tribal. Everyone's tribal.
Yeah, exactly.
So they attach themselves to whether it's the emo scene, whether it's the fucking
And it's always
cringe
two
scene.
parties, like to like red and blue in America to Eshays versus fucking
Metros.
emos in fucking, you know.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's
Yeah.
just people like to be on a fucking team and like to shout at the other side and to make their position seem better. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it's true because no publicity is bad publicity if you want to look at it from a financial standard, or even like no media is bad media if you want to look at it from a view perspective.
Yeah.
But it's like no attention is bad attention if all you want is attention.
That's right, yeah.
So the easiest way for some people to get attention if they're not getting attention by being normal is to be unnormal. You know, I'm not saying they don't have their own issues. They could have like there was a term for it where you thought you were the wrong sex. What was the term before? It was like gender dysmorphia.
Yeah, gender dysphoria.
Gender dysphoria. Like,
Which
I'm
I
not saying
think
that's
is a
not
real thing, but I think also there's a reality to it where like people are saying like you have to accept them as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll accept you as a trans man or a trans woman, but at the end of the day, you're not going to, you know what I mean? And there's a certain reality where you have to, I think people need to respect that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just, I don't know if it makes people feel like better, but
Gives people power, but to be able to control people and what they say and all these things, it's power. It's power that they've never felt like they had because that's the only reason people are trying to force people to say something. It's got nothing to do with themselves. It's just got to do with controlling other people, in my opinion.
yeah.
But I have met people who are from the community in the past, especially in 2023. I met quite a few different people who were not only in it, but around it. And they're all nice people. Like, I got nothing bad to say about it. It's just like, things are what they are.
I don't think it's
hide the
about
truth.
gay and trans. I think like, because I've met some people that are 100% for it and in it, but then I've also met a lot of gay people that don't want anything to do with that group of people.
Which
they
makes
just want to
sense.
live, like, we're already past the fucking gay hate and everything. No one cares anymore. Do whatever you want. Like, they're like, why are we bringing this back up again?
Yeah.
And I get that there's people that hate them. I don't think going into battle against them there's always going to be people that hate certain people. Like, look everywhere. There's no matter what, like to the smallest thing as a footy team or like we said, Eshays and Metros, people are going to find a reason not to like. Just don't associate with those people.
Yeah. You kind of have to have an enemy, which is one thing that I've learned. Patrick Bet David. You ever seen Patrick Bet David? He's this phenomenal interviewee. Like he's a interviewer, not interviewee, but he also makes a great guest on podcasts as well.
Yeah.
But he was like a guy who was in the military. He was Assyrian man, went into the American military when he was a certain
So
age.
he's like Catholic,
He's
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
He's Christian. And he wanted to start a business. So before he started, he read 1,000 books on business. And then he just sold his business for some couple $100 million or something this year. Now he just runs this great podcast channel. But he was saying you always have to have an enemy. Just choose your enemy correctly. You know what I mean? Don't waste it on some bullshit enemy that's not going to be self-beneficial.
Yeah.
Pick an enemy that will last a lifetime. You know,
Yeah.
and
People
use it to keep yourself growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I get why people have an enemy. You need to have one. It's
No, I'm
part
just
of
so
life.
focused on, like, I don't know, maybe I'm fucking selfish, which I probably am, but I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I don't really give a shit about what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? I'm not.
It's good.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
I don't know if that's selfish. It's good to be selfish.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good to be selfish. Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get to this? I was asking.
You said transgender.
Yeah, and you're saying that you didn't feel like you fit in. Like you didn't
Oh,
feel like,
yeah.
not fit in, but you
Yeah.
didn't feel like this was meant to be a permanent position.
Okay, yeah. It's not like anything sad or anything. It's not like I didn't feel like I fit in. But I did sort of maybe struggle with it just in friend groups and that. Even in small friend groups, I've just never really felt like I've been like, I'm sort of like a floater. Like I've got a lot of friend groups that I sort of just float between, but I'm never the mainstay in the friend group, if that makes sense.
Of course, I identify with it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm friends with like Bryce and Ryan and Matt and all that, but I'm not.
You're not one of the faggots.
I'm not in that group.
And
you know
I
what
say
I mean?
faggots because that's the Snapchat group name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in. Yeah, I've
Same
never
with
been
me.
in those. I have been in and out of those group chats, but then a new one gets made, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's not. I don't care. But yeah, it's like that with all my friends. Really, I've got a couple close mates that I grew up with in Cranebrook. That even them, like we're sort of on different paths now. And you know, I've got a really good mate Dan that I met up in Queensland. He's like probably my best mate at the moment. But that's just because we've been forced to spend fucking the last year together working.
Yeah.
Without any days off. So it's
Yeah,
been-
wow. Yeah, I get ya, bro. I get ya. And is it more of a sense of like you didn't feel like this is where you are meant to be? Or is it more like I want to experience more?
It's that, and I think it's like easier to be in a place I know I'm not from than to be in a place where people think I'm from, but I don't, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to be in Brisbane where it's like I know I'm not from there, so I have a reason to go out and make friends and do that. And, And then I'm moving to Wagga Wagga next year, so it's like another place that's like, like I didn't grow up there, sort of thing. So
Yeah, that's so cool, bro. Because it will take you on so many paths. In
yeah,
life.
it's cool, man. You get to see like the last year. Next year, I'm going to be in Wagga for the next 4 years, but
4 years.
yeah, I'm doing an engineering apprenticeship there, so finally
Wow.
going to try to start a career.
Wow.
And but yeah, like the last year and a half, I've been like far north Queensland, all of these like little towns, and like the number one thing I see in all the towns is like not the same people, but the same people in every pub.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
The same like
Same,
that's
same,
that
but
guy,
different.
that's that guy, that's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the same people that are in Penrith, and then you come back to Penrith, and it's the same thing, and it's like, okay, like
That's
this
so
is
cool,
everywhere.
bro. I'm glad you noticed that shit. I noticed that shit too.
Yeah,
There's
I guess they're
always
called
one. I always say
townies,
that.
I guess, but you know,
Yeah.
like, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine if that's what you want to do, but it's just not. I don't feel happy doing that sort of thing.
Yeah. Is it routine that you don't like?
I think I just like being on the move. Yeah, just having something to keep me. I don't know if it's maybe I'm like subconsciously trying to run away from something. I don't know if I am. I don't think I am, but it's. I just like to be on the move, man. It just keeps my mind active. I like to be able to keep a routine in different places and experience, like see different things, and I just think it's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's mad. I think it's cool too, bro. I've always known it since the first time I met you. It's like, not the first time. The first time when I first got to know you, it's like this guy is going to explore. He's going to
Yeah.
explore. Yeah, I'm not jealous of the fact that you're doing it, but I haven't got an instinct that's forcing me to do it.
Yeah.
As strong. I think every man has a primal urge to conquer. Every man does, and with conquering comes distance. You know, you have
Yeah.
to go out and see the world in order to fucking take what you want. That's
Yeah.
kind of like how I see my own existence, going out and trying to take everything I can take.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's through trade or...
It could just be my genetics too. Like my parents are the same sort of thing. My dad's over in America now. My mum moved over from Scotland on a limb. Lived in New Zealand, South Africa. It's just, I think it's just, you know, some things are hardwired as well.
Yeah, of course. Everything. I think that things like that would definitely go through genetics. Thing like that would have to be birthed and passed on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, when you see a video of like an animal being born from another animal and the animal just knows what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the
except-
animal's like a full normal animal, unlike a human's just a dumb fucking baby.
Well, I was thinking about that like not long ago, and it's apparently because the human. I read a book actually, *Sapiens*. It's that humans are birthing like what is it called when you're in the womb?
Nurturing or womb or
Whatever. When you're in the womb, it's shorter than a lot of animals.
Okay.
So babies come out undeveloped, and that's because we went from being on four legs to being upright. So the pelvis is shifted. So it's a smaller area for the baby to push out. So it's like a genetic adaptation, I suppose, to being standing
wow.
up.
I didn't know animals were pregnant for longer than that.
Yeah. So they're a bit more developed when they come out. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
also instinct, I guess, as well. But if you look at a human baby is like the only animal that comes out and it's like a lump of
It's
flesh.
retarded,
Yeah,
you know
like
what
it
I
can't
mean?
even hold its head up.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And the fact that we were able to make the most progress out of any other animal is crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're
Huge
so
brains.
useless, bro.
Yeah, we are. But we're also not as well. Like,
As babies, fuck yeah.
oh, yeah, as babies, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But we're smart enough to look after, I guess.
Yeah. We have the availability. Is that the word I'm looking for? Availability, or we have the capability
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to do something with it. But
Yeah.
the fact that we were even able to make it this far always blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been like listening to a lot of audiobooks and stuff about history and stuff lately, ancient history and the Greeks and all that. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff that humans, and there's like mysteries and stuff that we don't know about. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like, I don't know, that Graham Hancock, he talks some shit, but I feel like there's a lot of merit to what he says too. Like, humans
What's some
are-
of the shit that you reckon he talks? Because I speak about Graham Hancock a lot
there's
on
just
here.
like a couple of things. I can't remember one specifically was like, he's talking about how like, basically white people came to South America and like an old white dude with a beard came and taught the Aztecs how to fucking build pyramids. And
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like, I don't know.
That is an old mythos they have that, but
But
pretty much every old.
It's like Quetzalcoatl or something like that. It's some
Yeah.
dude came.
There's always that dude by it. It's what's
But it is,
crazy
yeah,
about
it's in
every
all different
mythology.
cultures, which is, it is interesting. And it is kind of, like I read like a bit of Carl Jung and stuff, and he talks about like in your brain, like in our brain, there's like certain characters that are just etched into our brain, like fairies and trolls.
Yeah.
Like, where do they come from? And then there's this figure of God, and we always imagine God to be this big dude with a big white beard. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. In my head, it's always like the Simpsons version.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But why? Like, why is that?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Is that because we know that? But then how do they think of that?
Yeah, yeah. Fuck, good point, bro. That's another reason why things have to get passed down through genetics. And apparently, I was on a podcast. Shout out to Damo and Scully who came and did 2 episodes ago, and Scully was telling me that they have actually scientifically proven that memory can attach itself to DNA.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then we have got the same memories that we've had throughout all of history with any senses that we have.
Yeah.
So it must, I don't know, it also helps me try and we're going on a mad tangent here, but it helps me try and understand a bit more of the spiritual things that you can't really understand. Like, how do you know when someone's looking at you? You know, how do you know all these things?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, there is
maybe
definitely-
we used to have the senses to pick up that kind of shit.
Yeah,
but
like
we don't
olfactory
anymore.
senses. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Yeah, I feel there's definitely some merit to that, where like you can feel someone staring at you and stuff like that. And even like stuff I said, like with maybe like manifestation and stuff, like where things just pop up randomly. I can't remember what it was, but there was like this song that I'd never heard, and then it might have been that it was something else. But then it's like in the next 2 weeks, I heard it like 2 more times in weird places, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've never fucking noticed that
Yeah.
before, and I've just noticed it 3 times in the last
Yeah.
3 weeks. It's like how.
My life is like, it's like as I'm starting to enter a bit more towards the age I'm entering, I don't know whether it's been because I've been more focused on it or not, but I'm noticing that shit 24/7.
Yeah.
Like every single thing, it was
Yeah.
a message. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Everything's something for me to decipher.
Yeah.
It makes things pretty interesting. It makes thinking fun. It makes existing more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Meaningful,
when you're, not
probably.
meaningful, but when you're like curious, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
It
I
makes
suppose, yeah.
existing more curious.
I went down like a rabbit hole like that. To be honest, I went a bit off the rails, and I was like, everything was fucking.
Everything was everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had to.
I'm still like that, bro.
You reel it back in, I guess, but yeah, it was like at the time, like, fucking, you can get into like numerology and all that shit. I don't know if I don't believe in that stuff, but yeah, there's definitely something like some merit to it. It's just,
Yeah.
I think it's beyond our comprehension.
It's like, tell me if you're on the same way of thinking when you say it, but like when I was going down my rabbit hole of substances that help me think in ways that help
Yeah.
me, open my brain.
Yeah, yeah.
But like letters and the original words like Adam and Eve and
Yeah.
like I. And,
Yeah.
you know.
What does the number 7 have relevance? Why is there 7 days of the week? Why is
Yeah.
7 so? Yeah. It's,
Yeah, like I is the same as one.
Yeah,
but it's just
7
like
deadly
it's separated
sins.
by a head.
Yeah.
It's like all these.
What is this? The number 4. And then the one that really wigged me out the most was, I think the old like Hebrew name for God is like tetragrammaton. And I was like, what is that? That's a number. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
what significance does? But then like the Hebrew language is numeric language. But
It's crazy how some like languages words meant the same as a number.
yeah,
That
I think
was-
at
that's what's
Hebrew. I
crazy.
don't know. I'm talking out my ass, but yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just know that we have always thought similarly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always, I can make a joke about you that no one else, with you that no one else would get.
Yeah.
And we just we understand it, bro. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's because me personally, psychedelics help me experience and create my way of thinking.
Yeah.
But also a belief in God helped me as well. I think that's what helped me start to understand, or not understand, but just help create my own reasonings.
Yeah, I think God and that, like, it's not meant to be taken literally. It's metaphoric, and it's what you want it to be. You know what I mean? It's like you can find meaning, and if you live your life by the fucking rule that there's a fucking big cunt in the sky watching you, like you're probably going to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's super necessary for people. I think that we need to.
There's a reason we created it for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know that whether the three main Western religions are like the best format. You know what I mean? Because it was written fucking 2,000 years ago or however long the fucking
1,500 years ago.
Even longer for Jewish.
Yeah. I think so too. I think that most people that I'm starting to encounter know the fact that the religions that we can choose to follow are a blueprint in order for which to live a successful
and whatever
life.
that is, like you know, it's
Doesn't matter
gonna be,
which
it's not
one
gonna
it is.
hurt unless you take it too far and then you want to start killing gay people,
Exactly right. Or you
which
wanna,
is not written
Yeah.
in the Bible. That's your own. You've made up that yourself, really.
Yeah. So I think everyone's on pretty much equal terms. The more I start to think about it too, it's just that everyone knows now. It might just be because I'm becoming more aware of life itself. But I didn't used to think that everyone knew that it was just people had their input. You know what I mean? Like it's got its bases, but it's also got its fucking.
I think as you get older too, man, like you always like when you'd hear it when you're younger, like, oh, you'll get older, you mature and stuff. But it is true. Like as you get older, you're really like, oh fuck, like you can actually sort of feel your brain processing things differently. Compared to how you used to.
Yeah.
And you can rationalize things better. It's like kind of interesting.
And then you feel the point in which you're leaving the old point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you start to realize you're like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're waking up midday.
Yeah.
You just have that thought and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm awake.
Yeah. How the fuck did I used to think like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then I said on the last pod, I think it was the last other pod before, it was like, I remember being younger and like, but your parents would tell you something and you're like, you just don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, how would you know? You're a grown adult.
Yeah.
I'm 13.
Yeah.
Like, I think if anyone's going to know about 13-year-olds, it's me.
Exactly, yeah. You don't fucking get it.
And then you get a bit
You
older.
forget that they were a 13-year-old too.
Yeah.
Now they're not because they're older.
Yeah. My dad always hit me with the best advice. He's always said, you're not going to listen to me, but one day you'll remember what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember too that your parents, like, fuck, my parents had my sister when they were like a year younger than me. It's like, fucked if I would know what I was doing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, they just sort of winged it. But when you're a kid, you just think, oh, fuck, they know everything.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yeah.
Fucking nice.
Now, when it comes to Queensland, I'm not even 100% sure what it is you do, bro. Like, I don't really know.
No one really knows. I explain it and then I just see people's eyes gloss over.
Yeah.
But I'm just working as a rigger, like
A
basic
rigger.
rigger, yeah, just steel erection and stuff like that. Just towers and stuff. I'm working on towers at the moment, but it falls under like bridges and any sort of steel structural steel for like sky rises. So it's like working at heights and stuff like that, pretty much.
Yeah. And when you say heights, and just you're underselling it, I let everyone know that like you're up, bro. You're up. Like you're sending snaps of like the sky, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you get to see some cool places. Like you go on like a 40-meter boom lift.
Yeah.
And then
40 meters, bro.
yeah, it's pretty cool. You get really fucking used to it. I shouldn't say don't strap in, but sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
I forget to.
Sometimes you think and then you remember.
I'm just like climbing over a tower and I'm like, oh fuck, I haven't even put my rope on yet. But you just get so comfortable with it, man. But it's
What was it like in the beginning?
yeah, at first it was. I'm not really scared of heights. I never have been, but it's like the controlling the picker and stuff was a bit strange. And then like traversing on the tower, you're like really like, ooh, like trying to move, but you get pretty comfortable with it pretty quickly.
Wow.
The way I see it is like if you fall from 10 meters, it's going to hurt just as much as if you fall from fucking 40 because you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Good point.
Yeah.
A guy fell on a site here in Surrey Hills last week. 4 stories.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
And he died.
I don't know. No
Fuck,
one knows.
you'd
Like
think
people
so.
know now, but for
That's
the first
that's
few
like,
days.
yeah, that's like 20 meters or something.
Yeah, bro. It's fucked up, eh?
Yeah.
Scaffy. I think it was a Scaffy. One of the
Fucking
sites that
Scaffies.
our lads are working on. That's fucking, yeah,
It's pretty
nuts.
sad.
But I don't know, bro. Like, personally, I'm fucking so scared of heights, but I just force myself to do it anyway. You know, that's why I like to
Yeah.
jump out of a plane or skydive. I mean,
I've never
cliff
jumped out of a
jump.
plane, but yeah, I don't know. It's just not something that's really ever scared me. I'm claustrophobic though.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, I don't like confined spaces. It's fucking.
I'm not going in a car park. I actually can't.
Not to
focus
that
in a
extent,
car
but
park.
like I don't know if you've ever been like on like a hike and you got to like go through a cave system or something
No,
like
I
that.
haven't.
just like that feeling of the entire earth on either side of you, like
Wow.
that sort of wigs me out because it's
Yeah.
if that just moved, 2 meters over 2 kilometers, that could fucking it'll just crush me.
Oh,
I don't like that feeling at all.
bro. What about those? Are they called cave climbers or divers or something?
Yeah, just caving, or like the ones that
my
do
God.
underwater. Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Underwater's insane, but like the ones who squeeze through holes.
Yeah,
and shit,
crevices. Like you have like it's the entire world. Like really, it's such a huge amount of rock, and it's the smallest space that you're going through. It's like if that just, it probably won't ever, like it won't, because people do it, but if it did.
It's not just that. People get stuck.
Yeah, that dude
And
cut
then
his
they're
fucking
done.
arm off, dude.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
I
And
reckon
like,
I could do it.
the
I reckon
longer
I could cut my
the
arm off.
more you go in, like it's just gonna keep going deeper and deeper, because you're gonna like pull it, and then eventually you're gonna be like, oh, I can push it to pull it, and then it goes deeper.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yuck.
insane.
Yeah,
Bro. That's insane. Do you reckon you could cut your own arm off if you had to survive?
no fucking way.
I reckon I could.
Nah, no way. I'd just fucking die, just starve to death.
You just call it quits.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous, man.
I reckon
Cutting
it would
through
be
your own
alright.
arm.
I reckon it wouldn't be that hard. I reckon it'd be alright.
It'd be fucking hard to get through the bone, man. Bone's pretty fucking tough.
Yeah, but like you got nothing else to do. There's no
I
distractions.
suppose you got
know?
time. You got nothing but
You got
time.
time. Like
Just
if I
like
had a
you'd need
deadline-
you'd need to use like a serrated knife too, so that fucking pain going through the bone would just be.
I don't know. I reckon the bone would hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Have you ever broken a bone?
I have broken a bone, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it's not the bone that hurts. I
There's
feel
a lot
like
of
it's
nerve
everything
endings in the
else.
bone.
There is nerve endings.
Yeah,
Maybe it is then.
yeah.
Well, getting my sternum tattooed, like that made me think about the human body a lot because when he was doing it, I couldn't tell the difference about whether it was a little tattoo needle or whether he was pushing a 3-inch needle straight into
Yeah.
my chest. And it made me think like it must be like a safety. Speaking on bones, I don't know why I went here, but speaking on, it must be like a safety blanket that your brain has
Yeah.
to keep your fucking heart safe. That like if anything comes near
Yeah,
it, like,
overreaction sort of thing.
overreact to it.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy. That's
yeah. It's
mad.
weird. You get like even like when I was getting that done, I'd feel like a weird sharp pain up here. Like this, you can feel that's where the nerve endings
Yeah.
connect. It's strange.
Yeah. For me, the worst part of any tattoo, back to tattoos, is the rest of my body being uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
my fucking ass cheek was cramping up today. and I
yeah,
was like,
that's the worst part for me. It's the
Yeah.
holding your arm above your head. It's the fucking neck leaning back.
Yeah.
It's the fucking head against the pillow. Because I've got some pretty ridiculous
you got
spots
huge
going.
pieces, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
I've got one big one, but the rest of them, I've got no limbs. I've got no arms or legs, you know? I've got
Yeah.
one little one on my leg.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to hit all the shit spots first.
yeah.
So I can get them out of the way. And the way I see my arms, it's like it's the most important bit. Why would I wait? Well, might
Yeah,
as well
that's
do
true.
it last.
Yeah,
You know?
make sure you know what you want.
Yeah, I can hide everything else.
Yeah,
no one
yeah,
needs to
yeah,
know.
true.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I would never ever go caving. I don't give a fuck
No,
how much
that
anyone
doesn't
pays me.
interest me at all.
I reckon, to be honest, outdoors doesn't interest me, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the outdoors, man. I
Oh.
like being in nature. That's always something that I fucking enjoyed, like going on hikes and stuff. I don't do it enough anymore. But being out up north, man, it's fucking cool. Like rainforests and fucking crazy beaches, like tropical setting beaches and stuff. See crocodiles and shit. It's fucking awesome.
I'll do it in the day. But
Yeah.
There was nothing that could convince me to stay outside at night.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think camping is the dumbest shit. Bro.
Really?
Camping for me is the dumbest.
Just don't think about it too much, man.
I think about it so hard.
if you're going to do it anywhere, this is the place to do it because there's no fucking bears or wolves here. Like,
yeah, true.
wild
But
dog,
bro,
maybe.
it's like I just don't understand it. I've never understood. You have the option of being inside, but then you go outside instead. like,
I get what
look
you're saying.
Look what we buy. Look what we build. Look what we do. The
This
reason we go
isn't
to
fucking
work.
normal, man. This is some weird fucking thing that we came up with along the way.
It's normal, bro. It's shelter.
Not if, I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
suppose
the whole.
so.
Even bears do it. If bears could fucking get a job, they'd buy a house too.
Yeah.
Bro. You know, everyone's looking for shelter.
That's true. There's certain animals that just would like, they're like, fucking just put me in a cage,
Even a
man.
dog goes in a kennel, bro. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I mean?
true.
Like
That's true.
everyone wants to be inside, and then every now and then, people spend so
That's
much
true.
money on
All a
camping.
dog wants is to get inside.
Yeah.
Especially dogs that are
No
kept
one-
outside all the time. All it wants is to get inside. And
Oh, yeah.
get out of here.
Fuck off.
She's trying to open the door. Don't let him in.
Its tail gets stuck, bro. It's happy to try.
It's the
again.
fucking one thing that fucking poor dog wants. Just deny it every
inside.
day, multiple times a day.
Yeah. I wonder if people lived outside and no one was inside, would dogs still want to go inside?
Probably not. I think dogs are super envious. They just fucking are just jealous.
Little bitches, eh?
Yeah, I love dogs, but they just get jealous and like they just
Yeah.
want whatever the fuck they don't have. They're
Yeah.
kind of like humans, I guess. Probably
Yeah.
why we're good mates.
I love dogs too, bro. I love dogs. I haven't had a dog in a while, but I'd love to get another dog. But fuck, it's a lot of work. I'd love
It
to get
is,
a
yeah.
goat
It's
again.
expensive.
Goat
That's so
again.
fucking random.
But it was honestly such a good pet.
Just
It was
eats
such a good
grass.
pet. It just eats bro. It eats
Yeah,
everything.
they eat fucking everything, bro. Like clothes and all sorts of shit.
My backyard, we had heaps of bushes and trees and shit. If you looked, it was like as high as the goat was, everything was dead. Everything above it was green, bro. Like the whole backyard.
Just a fucking lawnmower just
It
going
just
through.
ate, bro, and ate and screamed.
I remember that fucking goat. I was like, that is the most random thing.
It was so good, so cute, so cute. But outdoors, it's like people will spend like their whole year's savings,
Yeah.
or like everything they can possibly spend as an expense goes on shit to go outside.
It's true.
I just think
I think
it's
it's
insane.
Yeah, it's in our DNA, man. We just want to be out in nature.
Fuck, it ain't in mine, eh? It ain't in mine. It ain't
Get
in
those
mine.
strong European genes.
Yeah. I reckon people believe in like reincarnation and shit.
Yeah.
But like in order for reincarnation to work, it doesn't make sense because the population increases.
Yeah.
I'm one of those cunts that just recently spawned in. You know? Like
Nah, you're definitely not, bro.
like
Nah.
oh, bruh.
Nah, you see some people walking the streets, you're like, you just got here, bro. There's no... You would...
Yeah, but I was somewhere else. I'm not like I just came into existence, but I just came here. Like I came from
Maybe,
somewhere else.
yeah.
I look at everything from the past and think, man, that's insane. I wouldn't mind the whole conquering part of life where you just go over and take over the world and shit.
Until you meet some fucking 7-foot jack dude who just wants to
and
conquer
then it's
you, and then you're like, game over.
You're like, ah. Someone said to me recently,
Maybe
like,
go conquer that dwarf island or something. The Philippines.
Ethiopia, I reckon. I know Ethiopia
Where
would
those
be the
hobbits
easiest
were or
place to
something.
yeah, but even today. If I think
You
today,
reckon? I reckon there's some of
Ethiopia
those
will be
dudes got
the
those dog in him. You
easiest
see
place.
Francis Ngannou, bro. Working in the salt mines. He's still
Ethiopian.
fucking...
he's near there.
Nah, he's like... I can't remember what the country is.
Somewhere in
Central
Africa.
Africa, but he's
Yeah.
fucking still working in salt mines, just eating rice every day. The dude's fucking jacked. Like,
Yeah.
I could work my whole life and fucking eat a perfect diet and train twice a day. I still wouldn't be as jacked as that guy.
No, it's too late. Bro, speaking on, you're looking fucking swole.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Like, fuck me, dude. I gave you a hug and it was like trying to unplug the fridge from the front. I couldn't get my hands around, bro. It was insane, bro.
Yeah, I've been working out a little bit, man. I've been enjoying it.
I train a bit.
Yeah. Nah, I enjoy it, man. It's
Yeah.
sort of a sickness, sort of an obsession, but it's a good obsession to have, man. I'm a fucking obsessive person, so
Yeah.
I'm 100% in or 0% in on everything, no matter what it is, good or bad. You know that?
Yeah, yeah.
So make it a good thing.
And what creates the obsession with training? Is it that you feel more good doing it or bad not doing it?
I just need something to keep busy, man. I
Yeah.
need something to be obsessed with. Otherwise, I just fucking will find little things to fucking be obsessed with that aren't healthy. So
Yeah.
I used to do jiu-jitsu for 2.5 years or whatever. That was my obsession. I was doing it like fucking 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day. That wasn't sustainable because you're just burning so many fucking calories, and I didn't earn enough money to eat enough calories to fucking do that. So gym's pretty kosher. I can just fucking roll in, get my workout done. Still got to be strict with diet and stuff, but I don't try not to make a big deal out of it. You know, people, they go in all this gym, TikTok and Instagram shit, talking about fucking how hard it is, and
Yeah.
oh, I need to fucking thinking about my ex to lift. Like, no, you
Yeah.
don't. Just go to the fucking
Yeah,
gym and
you
lift the
just get it
weights. You
done,
enjoy it,
bro.
buddy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't make it fucking some big thing that it's not. It's just going to the gym, man.
It's heavy, pick it up. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
just go to the gym.
Yeah. I'm buzzing. I'm starting today. I have a month off work. Then I'm going to get back into a fucking mad routine over and take advantage of it because
Yeah.
work's been just unpredictable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
had to just give up gym because it was like,
That's
working
fair, man.
19,
Yeah, I
not there.
work long hours, and you know what? I probably fucking do put myself in a shit position where I'm like getting like 4-5 hours sleep a night because I'm
Yeah.
going to the fucking gym, and then I got a meal prep and everything like that. But I enjoy it, and if I
Yeah.
didn't do it, I'd feel shit about myself. So I'd rather just fucking do it
yeah.
and feel good about myself than not do it and feel shit.
I get
makes
that.
sense.
100% I get that. At the moment, I'm getting a bit more sleep. I'm probably getting like 6 hours at the moment, which is like mad. I'm waking up and I'm like not even thinking. I'm just getting out.
Yeah.
As opposed to 4 hours, you get up and then you think a little bit like, fuck, my life sucks. I've got to go to work.
Yeah.
This, that.
I just don't even think about it, man. Just get up and do it.
Yeah,
to be honest,
just get on with it.
Get home from work. Don't even look at your bed. Just put the clothes on. Fucking get in the shower. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because it sucks, man. Yeah, sometimes it's like 10 o'clock at night and you still got to make fucking dinner and lunch for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, this sucks. But it's like, well, if you don't fucking do it, then you're not going to eat tomorrow and then you're going to feel even shitter. So
I will never make food, eh?
Really?
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, you can't. I got to.
I will never. I'll have KFC or I'll buy a microwavable meal.
I used to be on that diet, man. I didn't look good, man. I didn't look good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I
Yeah,
don't care. Like,
that's fine. You still look good, man. I don't
can't-
look good when I do that. So
I'm starting to pudge out a bit more. Like, I know when it's coming. Like, I
Yeah.
say I lost 10 kilos at one point this year because I had to, like, make that decision. But even then, I don't buy food. I don't make food. I'll buy a
Yeah.
Muscle Chef meal.
man,
And
I'm
I
just a
have one.
glutton. I used to fucking when I worked as a mechanic, I would fucking wake up and I'd smoke like 2 durries and I'd have like a big can of V.
Yeah,
And then I'd probably like go to Macca's and get a fucking Mighty Muffin with a fucking hash brown,
Yeah.
maybe a coffee.
Yeah.
And then at Smoker, I'm talking fucking a sausage roll, a fucking sandwich, maybe another V. And then at lunchtime, it was like a large zinger box.
Yeah.
Macca's on the way home.
Yeah.
Some more ciggies, some beers, and then maybe fucking Macca's again for dinner, or
Yeah.
like some fucking frozen chicken tenders or some shit with heaps of tomato sauce, like. And I was like
That's a
starting to notice
diet, bro.
my skin was like getting pale, my jawline was like, I had like a sunken jawline, like my head was an odd shape, my hair was thin. It's like you can't live off that, man. It's fucking not good for you.
Yeah.
And I was fucking depressed too because it's.
Yeah.
There's so much chemicals and shit in that fucking food that is not good for you. It's not made for human consumption.
Oh, dude, I feel ya. Now I'm in a very fortunate position. I'm in a fortunate position anyway where it's like I work in supermarkets when I do nights. So
Yeah.
I get there, I just buy one of the high nutritional microwavable meals.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world, you know?
No,
it's
yeah,
actually
that's fine.
all right. So I can just have that for my feed. But then I'll also add fucking Macca's on top of it for breakfast.
Yeah, like I'm not a Nazi. I'm not one of those people that's like judging anyone. Fucking do whatever you want. It doesn't work for me. I don't
Yeah.
like fucking doing it. I don't feel good. So
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should judge anyone for eating. Eat however the fuck you want. Some of my
Yeah.
best mates eat like shit. Like I love. People are different, man. Do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm fortunate now. My partner will make dinner every night, which has
That's good, yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah.
And I just told her as well, like, I just can't bring myself to cook anything. I
Yeah.
won't make a sandwich.
It takes time to get used to. Like, it's honestly just like sustained suffering. Like every meal is fucking mince, just mince and rice, maybe some sauce with some taco seasoning, and like half the time, all like chicken, rice, and broccoli, and then half the time at work, I can't even heat it up, so it's like crunchy
Yeah.
rice and like really dry mince,
Oh.
and you're just eating it like this fucking sucks. You're eating it to not feel hungry anymore, and then sometimes you're not even hungry.
Bruh.
And that's just to maintain. I don't even have like a fantastic crazy physique. That's just to maintain that. If I don't do that, I lose it. It's
Yeah.
fucking. It takes so much in terms of diet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's a lifestyle.
It is, yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
But if you're willing to commit, and I am, like that's cool. Like do it. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. You'll fucking feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like routine, man. Like it's just a regimented routine to follow, and it's on my terms. It's not on anyone else's terms. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
I used to have like a mad, I wouldn't say it was mad because I would never do it again, but it was an interesting part of my life when I was really dedicated to the gym when I was like a teenager, on the fucking steroids, fucking smashing so much food.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like, it was fun at the time, but now it's like, I'm just not even interested. I want to get really fit again. That's what my goal is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind looking a bit better, but as
Yeah.
long as I'm fit.
I think it starts
I
with
just wanna
looking.
Fuck for an
it's-
hour. That's
yeah.
my main reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It starts. It
Yeah.
starts with looking fit, man. Just doing cardio, and then you're like, okay, well, that's the hardest part is cardio. So once you do that, you're like, oh, well, I can fucking lift weights. But I think a lot of people fucking, and it goes with that Instagram fucking motivational shit that I always see that fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's like how hard it is, but people make it hard. They just jump straight into the fucking eating 5,000 calories a day and like lifting 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And it's like you're 60 kilos and 17 years old. Like you don't need to be doing that. Just
Yeah.
go to the gym to
Yeah.
start with. Don't worry about the fucking protein shakes and this.
Yeah,
Just fucking
true.
go to the gym.
It's a good point, but I know that both of us suffer with that. Both of us can't just like ease into something.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, me included, and is like, the reason why I struggle as well with fitness as well is because I give myself such a fucking hard thing to do, and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But then one thing will come in the way of it. It could be like a birthday dinner. It could be like I have to do a crazy amount of work. I don't have time to train.
Mm-hmm.
And then in order for me to get back to what I was at yesterday is like insane.
That's something that I've really struggled with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is like, I've gotten better. So like last year, I sort of partied all over New Year's and that, and I had about 8 months consistency, or like a year consistency really. And then I fucking partied, and I convinced myself in my brain, I'm never going to get back to that. There's no point doing anything. So that's what I mean by 0% or 100%. And I just completely stopped training for 3 months.
Yeah.
But even, like small things, like today I haven't eaten a lot. I've eaten 1 meal and a protein shake. And I'm like, fuck, I can't work out tomorrow. But I'm going to anyways. But in my mind right now, I'm telling myself I can't do it. It's not, I'm going to be shit. But once I do it, and the more you just force yourself to do it, it's like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. I just convinced myself I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a good point. I love the shit like swimming. I love the shit like running. I love all that kind of shit. When it comes to fitness, I just love movement, bro. I love extension of movement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the gym. It's fun. I don't mind doing it. I do. When I get into a good habit, I'll go 5 days a week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't enjoy it like I enjoy other activities.
It takes a while, yeah. No, it's not forever. Like I said, everyone's different.
Yeah.
I like running, but these things, man, they get me.
Yeah.
I still run, but nowhere near as fit as I used to be.
Me neither, bro.
But it's still, I just look at it now as like, it's still cardio, even if it fucking sucks and hurts more. Like you're still doing the cardio, so just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And you feel good after it as well.
I remember when you got into running well, bro.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
hit that one crazy lick of a run.
I did a marathon, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
is how much?
42 and a half,
42,
I think, yeah. But even that, like, it was another obsession. Like, I got fucking so obsessed with it to the point, like, I had these crazy shin splints and I was like, taking these fucking anti-inflammatories to like stop, which fuck your guts.
Yeah.
And I was taking them and then I was like so obsessed with diet because I was losing weight and I got obsessed with losing weight. So I got really, really lean and skinny.
Yeah.
And it just steamrolled. Like that marathon, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't train properly for it and I didn't eat on the day. And it's actually really fucking bad for you. It takes your body like 6 months to 12 months to recover from doing that fully. Yeah. And I
plan to do a marathon in the next 3 weeks.
You are?
Yeah, I plan to, yeah.
You won't finish it.
I will.
You'll finish it. You won't run the whole way.
I don't think I'll be able to run entirely.
You'll finish it. You could get like
fuck
6.5
that.
hours
I'm not
maybe.
giving myself that out. I'm running the whole way. I'm
You
not
won't,
giving
man.
myself that out.
Yeah, I hope you do, but I don't think you will. It's fucking hard. Like it is.
I'm not saying it's not.
But no, it's beyond your comprehension of what hard is. Like it's really, really, really fucking hard.
Well, I've done like 15s and that fucked me up hard.
16, you need to be doing like 30s.
Yeah. And like I mean like 16.
And even
I didn't
people.
even do. I think I did 15 or something, and that fucked me up.
Yeah, and the first 30Ks are sweet.
Really?
So the first 30Ks are fine. I got to
and that's if you're good at running.
So I'd done 2 half marathons before that.
Yeah.
But like 2 weeks before the marathon. So I was just fucking cramming in. I started off doing 7Ks and then I was like, oh, I can do more than that. And I went 14. I was like, oh, if I can do 14, I can do 20. And if I can do 20, I was like, fuck it. I was only planning to do a half marathon that day. I was just running in Newcastle. And I was like, oh, I feel pretty good at 20Ks. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
But I hadn't eaten that more. Or I had like maybe a muesli bar and a banana. I bring 1 carb sachet with me, which you need like fucking maybe 10 or 20. It was like 27 degrees.
Yeah.
I had a Gatorade on the way.
Yeah.
I just had to like quickly like pull up and get a Gatorade. But like when I stopped running, like my whole body just like contracted. It was like the worst pain I've ever felt. I was literally on the ground crying in the shower, eating a banana and like drinking water. Like it was so fucking painful. And I was staying in a hotel and I got to the lobby in the morning and the fire alarm went off. So they evacuated the building. So I couldn't get up. So I'm like sitting in this hotel lobby chair and I'm like, and everyone's like staring at me and I'm like, I'm all good. Yeah. Like just groaning like it was fucked. And then I finally got up there and just laid down in the shower and got some salts and shit in. But it's not good for you to do that.
Dude, I need to get this done like quicker.
I believe in you. I shouldn't have said you won't do it, but I hope you do it.
Oh, I won't be able to do it unless I really fucking like it's gonna be nuts because I'm gonna be honest. You know, the last time I ran was probably a year ago. probably a year ago.
Nah.
But like,
Dude, you're going to get to like 10Ks and hurt.
yeah, hard.
And like, yeah, it's even if like you can run it, your legs just give up. And like when I did it, yeah, I'm happy that I did it because it was really hard, but your brain takes you to some fucking crazy places. Like just you're in so much pain, and to like tell yourself to fucking, not trying to be get David Goggins or anything. It's just a marathon, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking hard, man.
Oh,
it really
yeah.
is.
Oh, I'm so excited for that feeling.
The pain is fucking ridiculous.
I need that pain.
Like these ligaments here in the top of your knees, just they feel like a rubber band that's just been stretched.
Yeah.
Your hammies will cramp up, your calves will cramp up, the front of your calves will cramp up.
Damn, bro, I need to feel that.
Yeah, back pain,
need that.
your upper back will hurt from like staying upright. It's
Yeah.
fucked. It's the worst fucking.
I'm gonna try and do it like as much grass area as I can though. I'm gonna try and not stick to concrete because I got no prep for this. I got no prep,
Yeah, it's gonna be hard on grass. Yeah.
and because I got a month off, I probably have to get it done. Just
So
after
where are you
Chrissy.
gonna do it?
Oh, my plan was to run to Parramatta from here,
Okay.
so that's about.
But even though you got to
40
take
Ks.
into account inclines,
Yeah, I know.
it's fucking hot too. It's summer.
I was gonna do it at night. I was gonna start at about 9 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe, but it's gonna be hard.
Oh fucking no!
Shout out to my mate, fucking Liam O'Keefe. Also, by the way, he is a fucking animal. He started lifting and stuff. He sort of had a similar past where he's like was just like to party and stuff. But just seeing him fucking his transformation at the moment has been fucking insane. Like he started like bodybuilding and then he just started running randomly. And I think for like a month he clocked in some ridiculous amount of Ks. It was like 600 Ks or something like that
Wow.
in 30 days. And he was working as a chippy as well.
Wow.
He's running a 50K on the weekend. He's ran like 3 marathons in the last fucking 4 weeks. He's just a savage, man. He just
What?
won't stop. He's like got
Wow.
this David Goggins vibe going on his
Yeah.
fucking Snapchat at the moment.
You know who I know that you follow because I followed him the other day, Ned Brockman.
Yeah, he's the man. He's
He's
fucking,
the
he ran
man,
across
bro.
Australia, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's
I just
fucking-
found him like
to
2
do
weeks
like
ago.
100 Ks on its own is fucking ridiculous. To do it consecutive days in a row over 40 days is
Yeah.
just, that takes some kind of fucking mental fortitude. Like
Yeah.
that's
He
psychopathic.
did 100 Ks on 2 weeks ago. He did 100 Ks.
I'm sure that
So I
dude, he
found
would have
him.
needed therapy after that. Like I'm being serious.
Really?
Like, because the place that his brain would have gone to are just, maybe he didn't, but fuck, bro. Like, because he go to some fucking dark places, and even he talks about it. He was fucking rude to his family and shit like that. Because you become like a fucking, your shadow fucking comes out. You know what I mean? You're
I
not.
don't get that, bro. You would understand it better because you've had the experience of doing these long
Yeah.
runs. And I guarantee the boys listening to
Mm-hmm.
and to any ladies, shout out, don't understand that. Like,
Okay.
like what part of how can you?
Okay, so I'd say like there's yourself, and there's your like subconscious. So like say you've got your persona, your brain, and then your like shadow side, whatever. This is like a Jungian theory, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like
And another way of saying that is like you've got your observer. And
just imagine the brain as a solar system.
yeah.
It's like materializing your brain sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like you're running, you're forcing yourself to run, which is yourself, and then your persona is like telling you stop. And then it's like you're switching between your persona and then this dark side of you because you're forcing yourself and your body is rejecting it and you're forcing it to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And you're
yeah.
just having to observe the switch between the two, but you're still yourself, but like you're observing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of
I
course.
can't really, it's hard to
Well,
explain to words, but it's like,
I can relate it on a 10K because I've done a 10K plenty of times.
yeah.
But it's like you have to shut up that other voice in your head. You have to
It's-
have to constantly just say you have to have one. For me personally, I have to have one thing that I just keep saying, so I don't have time for the other voice to catch up to me.
It's like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. The angel's like, oh, just stop, man. You don't need to do this. And then the devil's like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Just fucking do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like, stop. Like, please stop. No, fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not schizophrenic.
Yeah,
But,
no, but I feel
it's
that.
you have those conversations in your head and then you bring up things, people that have hurt you or fucking bad things that have happened to you. And you find anything in your brain takes you to this place where it's like finding anything in your brain to just use as
To
fuel.
stop you.
No, well,
to
to use as
fuel.
fuel to keep going. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's to stop you, but you use it as fuel. Like, oh, this cunt did this to me.
Wow.
And you're like, fuck yeah, let's, you know what I mean? Do it for that fucker. And
Yeah,
But at the
yeah.
end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. I'm not trying to be preachy.
No, I
don't
love
like
that,
to be
bro.
preachy, but
I
it's,
love that.
That was my experience when I did it anyways.
Yeah, because I noticed that just say I'm in a healthy routine of just doing a 5 or a 10K a day, or Mostly it's a 5K day.
5K is sweet, man.
But like I noticed even on those short distances that it's like, it feels like I'm running away from the voice in my head that's telling me to stop. Like I'm
That's
running
right.
away from it.
And it's so rewarding to fucking be at the end of that and
Yeah.
like be like, yeah, I didn't stop.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
nice.
And it's like, I know that it's there, but it's easy enough with a 5K. So I know
Yeah.
it's going to be there and it's going to be harder with a longer
Yeah.
distance. I know that.
Yeah. When you do it, you're going to be sponsored by Prime.
yeah.
So that'll be sick.
I don't know who I'm going to try and hit up for a sponsor after that.
I actually listened to a podcast about Prime recently.
Yeah.
It was about hydration. You know that More Plates, More Dates guy?
Yeah.
He's basically saying like Prime is the worst thing you could possibly drink for hydration. It's so
really?
high in potassium, which draws sodium out of your fucking kidneys, which is what you need to be hydrated.
Wow.
So it's like pretty much
Wow.
you're just drinking sucralose. So it's just making you more dehydrated.
I honestly craved it, like raved it when it first came out, especially
Yeah.
Blue Prime. I thought it was a great flavor. Now I'm just thinking like, this is arse.
Yeah,
This is
I didn't
arse.
mind. I thought it tasted good. I think I've only had the orange one, but I thought it tasted alright. And I was like, but it's nothing fucking crazy. It's just the genius of fucking marketing, man.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
kids fucking love that Jake fucking or Logan Paul,
Yeah.
whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah. I think earlier this year I became a massive fan of Logan and Jake Paul. Now
I
I'm like,
don't. I just remember what they were like on the internet. They're just they're really not good humans. I don't think.
Yeah, I think they obviously have their flaws, but now I'm kind of neutral. I don't care anymore. But before I was like, fuck, I like these two boys. They're
Yeah, I
fucking
mean, you can't
genius.
fucking fault what they're doing, man. They're killing it.
Yeah,
Absolutely killing it in
crushing,
everything.
bro.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind him. You know who I like a lot? George Janko. You know
don't know.
George? He was like he was a third co-host for a while on Impulsive. There was Mike Malik, Logan
Is he the
Paul.
Jack dude?
Nah.
Is he the dude that always gets upset when
was the
when Bobby
Christian.
Lee pissed him off?
Yeah, he was the Christian guy.
Yeah.
So he left and he started his own podcast, the George Janko Show. He's a fucking highly intellectual, capable human being, bro.
Yeah.
He can just he did Andrew Tate for his final episode.
He got pretty
of the
upset about
season.
Bobby Lee though. That was pretty funny.
He did. But at the same
That's
time,
hilarious. Like imagine getting upset. Bobby Lee is the fucking
Yeah, he just didn't. I don't know. He just didn't catch he was trying to be too fucking emotional, like with
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Just Bobby Lee's Bobby Lee.
he's
bro.
fucking hilarious,
I
dude.
love
I
Bobby
love
Lee.
that guy so much. Him and Theo Von together is one of the greatest
Yeah.
duos of all time.
Yeah, I watch Bad Friends a lot, which is Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. Have you ever
Yeah,
seen Bad
yeah,
Friends?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably watch them every 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Bro, have you seen fucking Adam Ray as Dr. Phil?
No, I wanted
Bro,
to
you
watch
need
that.
to watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
came up the
Watch
other
him on
day.
Kill Tony first as
Yeah,
Doctor.
yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. Like,
I think I've seen the one on
He-
on the Kill Tony. I think I've
yeah,
seen
he's
that one.
perfect. He's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Every like he saw his video, he's like, "We'll be right back." it's so good, man. It's perfect.
Yeah, you like Kill Tony, eh?
Yeah, I love it, man. I watch it fucking every episode religiously now.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Just watched one last week. Wasn't that great, but yeah.
Who was last week's one? Had a good
Like
guest
Adam
spot.
Howell or
Oh,
something.
not that one, yeah.
They had a good one on the week before. I can't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
they had Tim Dillon on.
Yeah.
He's the best too. But
Yeah.
Kill Tony's awesome, man. It's so fucking funny watching people get up there and just
Yeah.
thinking that they hold some semblance of what's funny, and just Tony is a fucking master,
Savage, eh?
a master comedian and a savage,
Yeah.
and you can just see him looking, writing notes, and just like the fucking brutal destruction of these people. And then sometimes he shows them mercy. It's like fuck.
Yeah. I love it when they're good, but they can fire back well too. But like Kill Tony's a great show. Great show. I've been back to the beginning of Joe Rogan, starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
And episode 340.
I was literally listening to that on the plane down from Sydney. Is it Tony Hinchcliffe?
Tony Hinchcliffe, yeah.
The 300, yeah, episode 300 and something.
I think it was 349.
I was literally listening to that on the plane down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I downloaded it because I was going through. I always just go through the oldest episodes and
Yeah.
like come back and just like to listen to where comedians started and stuff.
Yeah.
Did with Bert Kreischer and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't
How
get all the
good
way.
is it,
I didn't get
eh?
all the way through it, but I was like, fucking yeah.
It's just a nice
But that's another
introspection,
thing.
eh?
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. Isn't that fucking weird? What are the chances of me fucking downloading that random episode of one of 2,000?
Dude, do you know when I listened to it? Probably 2 days ago.
That's when I got to Sydney, bro. I was on the plane 2 days ago listening to that fucking podcast. I downloaded it a week ago.
Yeah, that's
Specifically for that plane. It's fucking.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
do
I'm
you
talking
know,
about.
When I downloaded it, it was probably about a week ago or something, or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Like I saw it ahead of schedule and I couldn't wait to get to it. And I was probably only 2 days away, but I took a break from listening. So I finally got to listen to it. 2
Yeah, I
days
haven't
ago.
finished it, but it's fucking.
Yeah, bro. That is great.
And Brian Redband's still the fucking audio engineer on it.
Yeah. But I think Jamie's in it though. Jamie's
He
in it
might
now.
be, yeah. You can just hear Redband in the background.
Yeah. Like Red Band's still the co-host, but and producer. But Jamie's like an assistant.
Audio engineer, yeah.
He's an assistant.
Yeah.
So like you'll hear Joe saying things around episode like 3:30, like Jamie, grab us a beer, like grab us a beer, you know, like he's like an assistant, which is cool. It's fucking so good listening to it from the beginning, bro, and listening to the originals of fucking.
Yeah, because I think I started listening around 2015, maybe.
I reckon I started listening around then too.
Just YouTube. I remember it popped up on YouTube. I used to just watch YouTube videos in my room.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is Joe? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the fucking Fear Factor dude. I'm like, I was like learning shit. I was like, listening to these long conversations with these fucking crazy doctors and fucking historians. I'm like, you don't ever, and they're interesting conversations. I'm like, this is crazy.
I remember I went through a Steve-O spiral, which is what got me started on JRE.
Yeah, you and Steve-O got a little bit in common, I guess.
Maybe a little bit, eh? Maybe a little bit. I actually downloaded, I'll come back to it, but I was like going through listening to all of his life stories. I thought it was so interesting. It was like, I was too young at the time to even experience drugs or anything like that. I didn't even think I smoked pot. Oh, I smoked pot maybe, but listening to him talk about nangs and rack and all these things and rehab, and I love Jackass. I went through a period where I started watching all of Bam Margera's shit and one of those things that had like Bam, Ryan Dunn, and these two other guys. They made like these movies before Jackass, which is how Jackass found them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
watch those. But then there was an interview with Steve-O, because I listened to about 3 of them, of Joe Rogan. And so I was like, fuck, it's good. The next one that popped up was like, I don't know who the next one would have been after that, but it was someone similar, like a Mike Tyson or someone.
Yeah, I remember finding him and then going to him like, oh, he's interviewed this. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. But then you watch the other ones, and I honestly like credit that podcast. I don't think I would have got out of that rut that I was in if I wasn't actually learning. You know, because he talks about a lot of life lessons, and like a lot of people talk shit about his podcast and whatever. I think it's still, you know, I don't listen to it as much anymore unless it's a really good guest, because I think he's purposely manufactured in his mind a certain bandwidth of topics that he can talk about, so he's got more bandwidth for his own life, which is fucking fair enough because he's got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
But like I learned a lot about nutrition, gym, history, politics, fucking everything, and I wouldn't have been exposed to that if I didn't. Because I'm a fucking dumb cunt from Cranebrook.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You know what I mean? I dropped out. I got fucking kicked out of home and got dropped out. Like, I would have just been fucking doing the same shit as every other cunt. Like, and it's pretty cool. If
Joe Rogan podcast didn't exist, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Not even close.
Yeah, for sure. Just the gym and staying healthy.
Just curiosity.
And
like it helped me.
Even Jordan Peterson read his book because of it, heard his pod. Like, and there's certain ones that really I remember where I was when I listened to them, and they really changed my life.
Yeah,
would be Jordan Peterson and David Goggins. Like those two.
Same.
Like I remember sitting in the car and I was like, David Goggins, Navy SEAL, and I was on my way to the gym, and I was like, it was like a 20-minute drive, and I pulled up. And I was like, hold up, this motherfucker's spitting. I just sat in the car for like 2 hours. It was raining and just listened to this fucking podcast. I was like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah. That was another life-changing moment for me too. I stumbled upon that. Because I remember I was already at the stage where I was watching it religiously.
Yeah.
David Goggins comes and I'm like, who the fuck's this David Goggins?
Yeah.
His book was good too, but it was like, I heard it all before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I listened to the audio book and it was kind of hard because you get into it and then he stops and then he has his say on the topic, the chapter. It's like I'd rather just go through the book. And,
the book has that too,
but yeah, I felt like I got like 3/4 of the way through. I was like, all right, I don't really need anything more from this. I just heard the fucking hard bits, but yeah, it was cool. It was definitely very cool.
I haven't done his second book, which I'd like to at some point. I'd like to read
I haven't
One
either.
More Mile or something, the second one.
Yeah.
I went through a good phase this year of reading. I read, I think, 12 books. So my goal was to do 12 books.
Yeah.
I've been stuck on the Laws of Power. No, 48 Laws.
I started reading that too, yeah. I haven't.
But
yeah, it's a tricky one. There's a lot of rules and a lot of them are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just depends. I don't know. I like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of like, my problem is I'm always like listening to a book and I'm like, oh, but I'm fucking ADHD as fuck. So I'm like, listening to one book and I'm like, oh, but I want to listen to this book. So I'm like chopping between.
Just read it instead.
Yeah. But then I'll get to that book and I'll be like, oh, what about this book?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm not allowed to pick up my next book, which I'm so excited to read. Which shout out to Jackson Wynn and Kashish I'm gonna call you Kashish Wynn because you will be Kashish Wynn one day. But they gave me this Tesla called what's the book of Elon Musk's
Nicholas.
book? No, like it's about Tesla, but it's Elon Musk's book. It's like the ultimate bet or something.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
Yeah.
The reason why he started all these companies or something. Can't wait to read that, but I'm stuck on this book, bro. Robert Greene.
Yeah.
It's-
Robert Greene. Yeah, he's written other books.
That's the Laws of Power.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
thinking
It is
of.
that guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Thought I knew that author from somewhere.
Yeah, I read another book called Mastery this year by Robert Greene. That was good. That was nice. That was about like another one of those. My whole thing is I'm always trying to find the secrets to the universe. You know what I mean? Like there's clearly these things out there, and it's what makes someone great. You know what I mean? It's the same.
Have you heard of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie?
No.
I haven't read it, but it's apparently a lot of like Obama and all those fucking politicians, they credit it to like their rise and like really, it was like really influential to them. A fucking
Okay.
old salesman told me to read it when I was doing a fucking sales job when I was 16 and didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
But
There'll be
yeah.
a link in the description for that, so
Yeah.
I remember to buy it.
But yeah, I've just been reading. I like reading self-help books, but I feel like I'm obviously you can always do better, and there's like, I'm not going to say I'm doing fucking the best, but I'll just think I like to learning about history and stuff, that sort of thing.
yeah.
I think
That's my next
those
chapter too.
self-help books can sort of get a bit tiring sometimes. There's only so much, and they're all differing opinions sort of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll go
Every-
back to them eventually, but yeah, for now I'm just sort of like things that I'm interested in.
Every book I read this year was a self-help book. And it was my goal.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did it. But fuck, if I don't read this book in the next fucking week, I didn't make my goal. Damn it, bro. I'm going to have to finish it.
Get it done.
Oh, that sucks.
Carry the boats.
There was one book that was A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You heard of that one?
Yeah.
It's the foundation in which Elon Musk is on the pursuit of which he's on.
It's a sci-fi book, right?
It's a sci-fi
Yeah.
and fiction. It's completely
Yeah.
non-fiction. Whatever. What's it called when it's not real?
Fiction.
Fiction. Fiction means fake. I'm never going to remember that.
Yeah.
But I'll try. But yeah, that was fucking great. Little
Yeah.
fucking story. It was fun.
Yeah.
Every other book's been self-help. So that's why I'm so stuck. But my next chapter, I'd love to start getting into philosophy more. I'd love to learn about
It's a fucking. I used to be really into philosophy books, but it's
long.
a fucking rabbit hole, man, and you can really fucking
I
dig
want to
into it.
purposefully stay away from narcissism or nihilism or anything to do with,
Like Nietzsche.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from any of those German philosophers.
That's what I was mostly interested in. Was like that for some reason in that period, like 1800s to early 1900s, Prussia, Germany. Something fucking happened there, man.
Yeah.
Where Einstein and Jung and Freud and all these fucking weirdos came out of there, and it was like, I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but something was going on.
Yeah.
And they're fucking smart dudes, whether they're right or wrong. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to purposely not dive deep into anything I'm not interested in. I'm going to stick to Socrates, Aristotle,
yeah,
Plato.
Yeah. Plato's good. Republic's good. Yeah,
Because I know nothing, bro, when it comes to them, eh? Nothing. I don't know what the foundation was built on, what they all had to say.
the Republic's hard to read because it's like written in like a story sort of thing. It's like a collection of stories. It's a lot spoken in the third person sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, mad.
You only
Yeah,
get what you want from it. It's like religion, I guess.
Yeah. What's your favourite part about history? What's the thing you're most interested in?
I just like fucking learning about how the fuck we got here and like what we were doing. And I'm like, it's just the mystery of it, man. Like, I
like
think
what part of it? So say for example, I'll give you an example. For me, what's fascinating is when nations and cultures merged,
Yeah.
and how we have the society we have today based on principles and morals and tradition. I love that part of history, like how the Christians adopted paganisms and how
Yeah.
all these things just merged together.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's
what's interesting about history for you.
a bit of that, but I think mostly like how like Graham Hancock talks about it, like that Younger Dryas theory and stuff, and it's like how
ancient history.
ancient history, how we've
yeah.
rebuilt. It feels like we've rebuilt so many times, and we're like a species with amnesia, where we've purposely forgotten things. Like we burnt down the fucking Library of Alexander,
Dude, you say
there's
so much shit that I always
and
say.
it's like I want to find out as much shit as I can, so I can make a rough image of what I think it really is. Like it's like solving a riddle. Like no one really fucking knows what happened, but there's so much shit. Like I'm reading this book about ancient Greece, that dude who was on Rogan as well, he talks about how they were doing there was basically he talked about how he discovered that they were putting psychedelics in the wine.
Oh yeah, from
And they
the
were-
old vases and shit that he
Yeah,
found.
so the way they
Yeah.
were doing it is they were getting it from the wheat had a fungus called ergot growing on it. But they had to like
And they reckon that's what caused like the same the
witch hunt.
trials and shit. Yeah.
But to do that, ergot's fucking poisonous. So people were purposely doing it, and they were mixing other shit like you do with ayahuasca, where you mix in certain stuff to break it down, and they don't know. And then there's all this scripture and stuff about how there was these rituals where you'll become immortal if you do this, drink the fucking
Elixir.
the elixir of Elusis or whatever. And it's like, it's fucking crazy. And then we just forgot that. And then that he talks about how that translates to the drinking of the wine and the bread in Christianity, and like how it translates to Christians, how they started underground in these fucking
catacombs.
Yeah, like how they started, worshiping Jesus when it was illegal, and how it's and then how the church actively destroyed all of the history of it to, it's just, I'm trying to just figure out what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. It's so fucking similar to the way I think too. And just even the fact that you mentioned the Library of Alexandria. I don't even know. I personally don't know anyone else who's ever mentioned that to me.
Yeah.
But I mention it to fucking people all the time.
They don't.
And people know it. People are educated enough to know about that.
And there's also one in Plato's Republic where he talks about Atlantis, and he talks about how there's a library in fucking Egypt, and there's a priest there, and the priest tells his uncle that Greece has been around for 10,000 of years, and you guys are only young because they were wiped out by an asteroid. And there's like 11,000 years of history in this fucking library, and that was like
2,000 years
3,000 years ago, when
yeah.
Greece was around, and it's like,
yeah.
So where the fuck's all that shit?
That was actually Plato's uncle who told Plato that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking...
about the great priest, how he went over to Egypt, and
Yeah.
the priest told him that the Greece is, it's fucking fascinating, and it's like, I'm inclined to believe that shit.
Yeah.
Whether it's fucking real or not,
Even
I don't know.
Göbekli Tepe, like that is almost
that's
proof.
like living proof that...
Yeah.
Why the fuck would we do that?
Yeah, yeah.
If we might have been hunter-gatherers, but we were living in a community and something motivated us, whether it was religion or we felt a fucking need to put something in place to remember.
Yeah.
Where we'd never needed to do that before.
What interests me the most about history and learning about all these concepts and mythos and just traditions and cultures and religions is trying to find out the true meaning of God. That's my main focus in all this education. It's like, so you guys got your information from here, I talk about it all the time with Jesus going on his Buddhism journey, and then I've got your other religions that were adopted in the process through fucking India, and everything just kind of trickles down. I want to find that point in which it all
the singularity
from.
Yeah.
The singularity, bro. But the crazy thing about the singularity is I believe there's always two. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a singularity.
Yeah, well, like what's after it?
Yeah, no, I don't think there is a singularity. I think there's always two.
Yeah.
And I think that's a metaphor for Adam and Eve. I think it's a metaphor for good and evil.
Yeah.
Like, there's no such thing as a singularity.
I think Jordan Peterson was onto something with his interpretation of the Bible. Like you can say what you want about Jordan Peterson. I think
Jordan Peterson.
What he said about the Bible was really interesting.
In what fact?
I'm trying to remember. There was
the
something.
Fact of because I know what he does speak about the Bible always sparks my fucking satisfaction, where he says like it's a book of metaphors. Like he doesn't say exactly that, but that's what I get when he
it's like it's a story of like doing the right thing, and like I forget who it was, where he has to leave his hometown and he gets fucking raped. His wife gets raped, and he starves for 6 years.
Oh,
but then
Job, the story of Job.
I don't know if it's
Job.
Job.
Tortured a lot.
But then he comes back and he becomes a prophet, and it's like that same. He reads a lot of Jung as well.
Yeah,
it's like the hero's quest and stuff like that. It's like do the right thing sort of thing. He has a really interesting interpretation of Adam and Eve. I can't remember what it was, but I remember being really intrigued by it. But I can't remember it for the life of me right now. His
interpretation is something to fucking sit on, bro. I love listening to him break it down because he's such a highly religious man with so much. What's the word I'm looking for when you are able to see the bullshit? You know what I mean? Like he can pick apart. He's like I don't know the word. I can't even think of it, but he can see what's real inside of it. And he can see what's fiction, and he can understand that the fiction is a metaphor for what's actually real. And that's my favorite part. I
think a lot of people get his like religiousness confused with like a dogma sort of thing, where he thinks his religion's the best. But I think what he's trying to say is basically, which is I think maybe Jungian principle, is like, based on where you come from, you're genetically inclined to want to follow more different stories. So like if you're Indian, you're going to be more inclined to follow the Hindu, or if you're European, Catholic, or Christian, or if you're Jewish, or if you're fucking Arabic, maybe Muslim, or there's certain Christian areas, but there's a certain genetic reason that those stories make more sense to you.
Yeah,
you know what I
course.
mean? Like,
and it goes back to the whole memory thing through DNA, because that's the type of shit that they were dealing with.
The way that your culture has done it in the past, it's just worked that way, sort of thing. I don't know. Like, I think that's interesting. I'm not personally. Maybe one day I'll be religious. I'm probably agnostic. Mm-hmm. Just I don't know. Like I don't know what the truth is.
Religious. I don't think I can ever be considered to be religious, because it means you have to believe in a religion instead of belief in a being.
I believe there's something. Yeah, I don't know. I just think we're a part of the universe, and that there's certain wavelengths to be on that put you in the right direction.
Yeah, that was a good topic on the last podcast I had too, where with Delvin and Kelvin. Shout out to the two of you. To be honest, when I went back and edited that video, which dropped in our time today, that was the most fucking greatest episode I think I've ever done. Like I watched it and I thought to myself, like, this is my new favorite one.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, we got stuck on the word uni for a while. Uni, like individual, university, universe, united. And we looked it up, and uni is another word for alone. That's the original Greek meaning for alone.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, but uni being I, individual, personal, but universe, unity, like all these things come from the idea of everyone being together.
Yeah.
So it's just saying that like everyone is one is all.
Union.
You know, you can't, union, yeah. Like you can't love yourself until you love others, because by loving others, you are loving yourself. Like
language itself is fucking interesting.
Yeah, bro.
And I think the English language is like really limited.
I don't think it is, bro. I think it's perfect.
I just think it's limited in like there's certain words. Like I think our brain, like we're talking about things that we can't explain. There's certain things. It's because we don't have the language to explain it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
That's the word God in my head. I think that my brain can't comprehend. It's fine. It's got a fucking filter. My brain can't rationalize that word because we haven't got enough other words to make that word make sense.
Yeah.
But we have the feelings in which order that we know we felt, that we don't have words to explain those feelings.
Yeah.
You know? Clairvoyance is way too big of a fucking word, which I've just recently learned what it meant, to mean what it means.
Yeah.
Clairvoyance means things you don't know, things you can't explain. But how the fuck is that even a word? We shouldn't have that.
But I think we use certain words out of context too. Like, I think Israel Adesanya shared a story once. It was like humble.
Yeah.
The definition of humble. I can't remember what it was exactly.
Let's look it up. Before we'll take a quick pause. I need to know what the definition of humble is.
But if you look at, I think it's the second definition of it.
All right, the second definition of humble is of low social, administrative, or political rank. She came from a humble or unprivileged background. Is that the definition?
Yeah, so we consider humble to be like, oh, you need to be humble. You need to be humble. But then you look at that definition, it's like, you always see dudes that are successful, people saying they need to be more humble and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's...
The word that you're looking for is empathetic, not humble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Humble means lower class.
Yeah, like why should they fucking
have
to, bow down? You know what I mean? To that, not that level, but yeah. I just think there's a lot of words maybe like that, especially in the English language or any language that I think maybe there might have been at one point in time, another singular language that it all came from where things were explained better.
Yeah, I agree. But I love breaking down words and I remember one time on my full deep journey, bro, I was thinking about man and woman, and I was putting together these little fucking stupid symbolisms in my brain for numbers and letters meaning the same thing. And sounds meant a feeling was a sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, when you're relieved, when you went, ooh. And then that led to the words like boo. And that led to the fucking like...
it is crazy, man.
It's fucking awesome, bro. Because a word is just a sound, bro. And that's why
it's cool to think about on mushrooms, man. That's when it's really...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've been a fucking long way away from fucking any type of experience chemically in a long time.
Yeah. I like mushrooms, man. I think that they're useful. I don't... everyone's their own interpretation. I don't think they should... Obviously, there's a limit. Fucking not everyone should take them, but... For me, they just make you feel like you're a fucking animal again, a part of the universe. Yeah. Sometimes you can get caught up in your, ego or persona, and you have this image of yourself. Mm-hmm. And people think that they're going to have like some crazy ego death, but for me, it's more like, like everyone feels this sort of thing. This is not...
But everyone doesn't You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everyone feels
yeah.
it, but they don't know.
But
they
you're
feel
like,
it.
oh, I'm just a part of this fucking huge, giant fucking planet in this universe.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
it's fine. Just chill out. It's
Yeah.
cool. Like, I like that. Yeah, every time I do it, I get that feeling and it lasts like 3 months and then it sort of slowly, you pick up those fucking habits and
routines.
ticks and things
Yeah.
like that. And you just slowly end up in it.
Because you start to want more. Yeah.
It's like a knot. You just tie yourself back into a knot and it just unties the knot. And it's
Yeah.
nice.
I remember that feeling too, where it's like you enjoy. I don't necessarily enjoy it because I want to get back to the grind. I enjoy the ignorance of
Yeah.
information a lot.
Ignorance is bliss, yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, and when I'm remembering the fact that, oh my god, everything is me. I'm everything. Like I'm there is no Doxy. Doxy is just a vessel for everything else to pass through.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's dependent on the time that you do it too. So like if you're trying to achieve something, maybe don't stay focused on that path. If you're feeling lost, maybe try it because it might show you the way. And if you've already succeeded, maybe then try it to smell the flowers and look back.
yeah,
But if you're trying to like achieve something and you're on a path and on a mission, maybe don't because you're just stick to that for now. It's whatever you've built up so far is useful probably.
and that makes sense too because maybe that's the feeling of uncomfort because it's steering me away from the path I've already chosen to be down.
Yeah.
and I identify so strongly with this
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, and I'm glad you worded it like that because I don't feel the need to try it, like not try it, but take it anymore. I don't feel. But to be honest, I only took it for fun. Never took it to get real, to get deep.
Yeah.
It's just like fuck, let's get fucking silly, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it because they were growing in my backyard at my mum's house in
Yeah.
Currajong Heights, and I was like, fucking let's go. I spent like 8 hours researching them, and I was like, pretty sure this is it. And I squished them, and they went blue, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah.
I had a mad period there with some of the boys. Like we'd make herbal teas out of it. You get the psilocybin extract and you'd powdered form. We could take capsules of it, or we could put it into a tea and drink a tea on the way out for a night out. Great chapter in my life. I'm very grateful I did it. But then I had a couple moments where I was like, I remember I was talking to some cunt once, right? And I was in this position in my own head where I was like, fuck me, Dad, I know everything, bro. Like, this sucks. Like, everyone knows that I know everything, and I know they know I know. And now the fact that they know I know that they know makes them uncomfortable. And then, like, people would be, like, talking about something, and they'd look at me to get the answer, and then I'd just be like, and then I'd look away, and then they'd know the answer, and then they'd just be happy. And I'm just like, fuck, this sucks. I was fried. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Not stating that this was real. This is just what I was experiencing.
It's also like there's that saying. It's like the moment you think you know everything, you know nothing.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you fucking knew absolutely nothing.
It's so true, but it can't take away from the experience of realness. You know?
It feels real. I think it's
bro,
the frequency that you do it, because if you get used to that, you shouldn't be used to that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, it's an experience.
Yeah.
But if you fucking do it every day, then that's your reality now, and it's not a fucking. That's not reality.
It's not reality.
It is, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not.
But it is.
Because it is the real reality, but no one else is living that reality.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're in it alone.
You need to fucking go back to
You're
acting.
in it alone, bro. You're the chosen one.
Yeah,
bro,
go
you
back
know?
to fucking playing your character.
That's the best.
You've
bro.
just gone to the lobby for 20 minutes.
That's the best, bro. I remember experiencing from other psychedelics, like, you're like, I know how Jesus felt.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
like, no, you didn't.
You're like, oh, he sacrificed himself for everyone else.
I love those moments you're like sitting there and you're just sitting there like, oh, yes. Like, yeah, I figured it out.
Then you're like,
You're like, what
was
did
it?
No, I don't know.
It's gone, bro.
But I did figure it out. I swear to God, man. I fucking, I swear I
always
figured
had
that
this
out.
diagram in my head that I saw once on Facebook when I was younger. It was a goldfish sitting in a tank. It was just a goldfish in his bowl. The next one was him just like, think bubble. The next one was him like, fuck, I figured it all out. And the next one's a goldfish like, shit, what was I thinking about?
Yeah. The worst is your notes the next day. You'll like see like a can of Prime. You're like, what does that mean? Like, fucking.
And you're like,
What is behind the marketing? Like, how are they trying to manipulate me? Like, what is?
Yeah.
You're like, you start writing notes. You read it the next day. You're like, what the fuck is this garbage? You don't even remember writing it. You're like, what the fuck? You quickly delete it. Like, I don't ever want to read that shit ever again.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah, or you
bro.
think something's funny when you've like smoked some weed or something. You read it the next day, you're like, What?
Who wrote this shit?
She's like, no grammar. It's just like one fucking
you don't know
giant
when to take the
paragraph.
pause either. You don't know when to take the pause.
And then you're like writing little dot points thinking that you'll remember the fill-in points. It's like, no, that's not.
Yeah, I've done it heaps, bro. But yeah, I don't know. I'm grateful for my psychedelic journey I've taken in the past. It's definitely helped build my foundation for who I am today. But I'm so comfortable with who I am today now that any chance of ruining that scares me too much.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You don't, I feel like people might feel fucking like they need to do it. If you're on a fucking path, just fucking stick to the path, man.
Yeah. And the boys, they invite me into situations where it's like, is there anything you want to learn? You want to try and find any answers? And it's just not worth it anymore.
I heard there's a cult in the Blue Mountains up in, I don't want to give out, I'm not going to give out any names.
I've got a good funny story about a cult in the Blue Mountains.
But this certain cult, they do San Pedro.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who San Pedro is, sorry.
San Pedro is like the cactus.
Okay.
It's like a 24-hour trip or 12-hour trip.
Wow.
And they have like an actual shaman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interested, huh?
I was in, at a point I was interested in, and then I got to the point where it's like, okay, are you actually serious about this? Because they only take people that serious. I'm like, nah, I'm not that serious about it. I just wanted to fucking see what it was like.
Bro, what about off camera? I'm going to tell you who this is. Right? Now, this person I know is in this cult, and
don't tell me it's the one with the cafe.
No, it's enough. I don't know about a cafe, but it's like, I won't say where it is either. I don't want to give too much information away based on who listens to the pod, but this person I know is in a cult, and they go and see this cult leader, and this person has been guiding this individual through this life journey for probably a decade and a half, maybe. And everyone's like, man, this cunt's fucked, you know what I mean? They're in this cult, like, this person's making them do fucking fried shit all the time.
Is it still a cult?
Yeah, it's still real. It's still involved today.
Damn.
So then someone else, right?
Yeah.
Went to go check it out. And they never left.
They're still there?
Yeah, still there.
Holy shit.
They invited...
Send a fucking helicopter.
They invited a partner. Never left.
Is it like a commune?
Bro, it's like a proper one of those, like... I imagine it to one of those seminar type things.
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't the one I'm talking about. It's not a commune. They meet and they do it. Yeah.
They meet up every week or 3 times a week or something, and he guides them and takes them on these places and tells them how to live their life.
Yeah.
And then when they want to make a decision, they have to.
And by the
ask
way,
him.
you have to farm these poppies for me
yeah.
and process these
Bro,
drugs.
Get them to do weird shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, get naked and run down the street to get rid of
That's
your
fucking
fears.
crazy.
Like, but as I was saying, cults are 100% real, and they're more frequent than you know. I actually know someone personally who was running one, right? I know this
You're
person,
a fucking cult leader yourself. This is you talking about yourself in the third person.
Come on now. Might edit that out, might not. This person was running I'm going to call it a cult, but they'll never say it was, but they would take people on these experiences up to the mountains, and they would sit down and run a class and then open their souls and their minds up, and they would just invite them into how they experience the universe and take them on these journeys. This cunt was dropping fucking acid in the fucking water bottles that he was giving out and bringing more and more people to come every week, bro.
That fucking CIA method to fucking manipulate them.
This cunt's fucking wild. I think it's hilarious. I think he's fucking so funny for doing it.
It's funny, but it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's what Charles Manson did, man.
I'm telling you, I'll have a cult one day, bro. It's one of my chapters.
Yeah, it'd be sick. I'd fucking join it.
It's one of my chapters. Have you ever heard about Doxy's cult?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Because I haven't spoken about it in a while because a lot of people have become more familiar with it.
Yep.
But there's only 2 things you need to know about it. And it's once that you hear about it, you're automatically in it.
Yeah.
And the second thing, unfortunately, is you can never leave it.
Okay.
So we're both in this situation now. There's nothing we can really do about it.
Yeah, so it's like a gamble.
It's not. It's just Doxy's cult. It is what it is.
I'd fucking join it.
Yeah. Well, you already are.
All right,
you're
sweet.
already in. You're in it. Once you hear the name, you're in it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Once you hear about it.
So you're just fucking pulling the strings in the background. Just
I'm not necessarily pulling the strings, right? Like, if you want to think about life and thoughts and ideas as a thing that comes to you more than an individual creation.
Yeah.
I feel like every idea had to manifest itself.
Maybe I should
through
start
people.
writing some literature about you so in 1,000 years they can make a religion
Exactly right.
out of Doxy.
Exactly right. I'm just a vessel in which Doxy's cult came to life, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if someone's going to run it, I guess I'll put my hand up. Yeah. But yeah, Doxy cult, it's growing, it's getting some numbers, and to be honest, the world kind of doesn't need it, but it would be an interesting thing to see the world go ahead and adopt it.
Yeah.
'Cause there's so much shit that shouldn't be here that Doxy's cult understands.
Doxy fucking knows.
Doxy knows, bro.
He knows.
Doxy knows.
He fucking knows everything.
Doxy isn't just a me.
I mean, not many people know exactly how Jesus felt. This guy fucking does.
oh,
So
bro.
join Doxy's cult.
Let me tell you, when you have that realization, you're like, he is actually the champion, bro. He's
Yeah.
like, he's the fucking goat.
Yeah,
You
he's
know
like the
what I
Tom
mean?
Brady of fucking.
of fucking tripping out. Yeah. Nah, it's cool. Yeah, I love fucking psychedelic talk. I love psychedelic talk.
Yeah, you could go on forever, but you
Oh,
just.
you could.
I think the longer you go on talking about it, the more you just sound like a fucking crackhead.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's good.
it's
to come
best
back.
to just leave it at a couple words.
yeah. I love it when someone else is going through it and you get to just drop that little gem that they needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're having even a nang out, a trip out.
Yeah,
Fucking,
I think I remember when I was going through it, one of my friends, he just like DM'd me on Instagram and he's like, so you're going through your spiritual awakening. I was like, what does that mean?
yeah, I know. I love that shit, bro. I used to love when one of my mates would be like on acid one day and you just have to message and something like stop. You just like, thanks for waking me up, cunt.
Yeah.
It's like 2 a.m. You waited up all night.
Yeah.
You messaged him, thanks for waking me up. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Love that shit. So why is that your next destination, bro? If you're going for the engineering factor,
Yeah.
why is that the destination?
Because I want to work on aircraft, so it's an aircraft engineering trade.
Nice.
And I applied for a couple.
Yeah.
Be working on the ambulance service and stuff down there as well.
Yeah,
which is cool.
mad.
They do all the FIFO planes as well. But yeah, so I applied for a couple jobs, applied for one job, and I got all the way to the end. Fucking flew to Brisbane from Cairns and did 3 interviews and good feedback all the way. And then they just didn't message me for 3 months. And I was like, did I get the job? And they're like, oh, no.
Oh,
I was like, okay, cool.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
Luckily, funny, like keep saying it, like the universe just opens doors, man, at the right time when you feel like you need it to.
Yeah.
And I just got this job, and it's a pretty good opportunity because, at my age and stuff now,
Yeah.
they're sort of predominantly looking for year 12 kids who've doing a uni degree or something like that. And
Yeah.
I've got trade experience, so I feel like I can bring a lot in terms of work ethic and everything else. So,
Yeah, of course.
but yeah, it's a good opportunity. Bit of a pay cut, but it's going to be good, man. I'm smashed this 4 years out in Wagga, and it's a good place to do it. I think low cost of living and quiet, so less distractions. I actually got that story. So my housemate,
Yeah,
I'm moving in with, I met on Hinge.
Oh yeah, bro.
I actually met her this morning.
Bro, that's fucking wild. Do you want to
Yeah.
just tell the listeners, bro? What the
Okay,
fuck?
so yeah, I was on Hinge and I put my
Does it work the same as Tinder?
no, so you can move your location on Hinge.
Yeah.
So I set it to Wagga because I was like, all right, I'll just see what's fucking going on down here.
See who's floating, yeah.
Bit of a fucking deviant.
Yeah. Have a little bird's eye view.
And I matched with this chick and we were talking for like a day. She's like, oh, I said, do you live in Wagga? And I said, no, I'm moving down in February. She said, oh, that's so weird. So am I. And I was like, what? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm moving down on the 26th of January. And I was like, oh, I start work on the 29th. And she's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And then she's like, oh, that sucks. Like, I'd consider you as my roommate if we didn't match on Hinge. And there was like sort of a pause for like 5 minutes. She's like, but I'm not entirely
Opposed
to it.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, neither am I.
Oh.
She's like, oh, okay, let me have a bath and then sleep on it.
Yeah.
And
I like
then-
how she do a bath in there to keep your brain like, you know what I mean? She knows what she's doing.
Oh,
bro.
hopefully
She's
she
a
doesn't
smart
listen to this
girl.
now. She's gonna not let me move in now. But she was like, yeah, well, I was like, we can meet, we'll set boundaries and fucking go from there. I'm obviously not like gonna be like, oh, let's fucking be partners.
Yeah.
Housemates first sort of thing. And if fucking something happens, it'll happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I met her this morning. She was really cool. She's a nurse working at the
Nice.
hospital there. So she seems like she's got her head screwed on. So
Yeah.
yeah, she got a little dog too, which is nice.
I already got the dog with her.
Yeah,
That's gangster.
little baby dog. So
Yeah,
I've
mate.
said I've wanted to have a dog in the house for fucking so long. It's so shit living in a house without a dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty keen.
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But it's like what I was saying, man. I keep fucking saying it and
Don't
I'm
stop
pissing
saying
you
it.
off, but fucking
Don't stop saying it, bro.
like it's a real fucking thing. Like what are the fucking
The
chances?
universe gives you whatever you want.
If you're open to it, man, it seriously will. And I think you can inadvertently close doors too at the same time by making certain decisions, even if they're unrelated to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you just stay on the fucking path, and it comes back to that religion thing as well, I guess, is stay on the fucking path and shit will open if it's the right path for you, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's evident, bro. I see it in my own life all the time. Opportunities pop up and like, say for example, I could be having a conversation. I can notice it too through my chronological timeline of the podcast.
Yeah.
I could be having a conversation on a podcast, and then 6 to 10 weeks later, that information has become critical in my life.
Yeah.
Same thing will happen again in the next 10 weeks. But it's like, it's not like episode 1 is good for episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's also episode 2 was good for episode 11. You know what I mean? Like, everything is just constantly catching up.
Can I just prove something to you? I just want to show you.
Yeah.
My downloaded episodes on Spotify.
Okay.
I know how we're talking about that, Tony. Sorry to interrupt you, but I feel like you might be thinking I'm talking shit, but seriously.
I'll show you what I'm up to.
Right there. Hour 37 minutes left. 380.
Yeah, see?
It's fucking...
So, it's 353. So I just listened to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm listening
crazy.
to them in order.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not allowed to listen to any...
From oldest to newest.
From oldest to newest.
Yeah.
I have been fucking struggling not being able to watch these new ones, but I'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, it's fine.
It just came into my head and I was like, fuck it, I could just show you. But yeah, I think the universe definitely fucking opens doors for you.
It doesn't just open doors, bro. It tells you there's a door coming.
That's right,
So
yeah.
choose whether you want to start walking towards the door or whether you want me to kick you through it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you can definitely, if you feel like you're doing the fucking wrong thing, maybe should I not do this? Don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because just do the right fucking thing and it'll
Yeah.
fucking keep going. And it's like the same thing as like, if all of the things that didn't happen to me in my life, all of those things, maybe other opportunities would happen, but I feel like from doing consecutively the right thing, from coming from a shit place to a good place, it's like, even though you slip up and you fall off and come back, that I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't go through fucking that shit day I had fucking 4 years ago, or you know what I mean? And all the other
100%.
shit days.
It's not just that, bro. I think of every shit relationship you've ever been in.
I've only been in one, so.
Well, let's just say not just in partnership of
That's pretty
relations,
shit.
but of like friendships, of like
Yeah.
employment.
Yeah.
Hasn't it just made everything else so much more transparently great? You know, because
right,
you
yeah.
went through the shit stuff.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
was getting at was, because of past relationships being what they were, it's just set so much more, not just gratefulness for the relationships I have, but it teaches you what you do want, what you don't want.
Yeah.
Same with employment.
For sure.
Same with anything, bro. Everything's a lesson for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had fucked up with employment. I've fucking worked for good things. I've done fucking pool cleaning and fucked around and done been a dead shit. But I think like maybe something I'm like sort of proud of myself for is like I've never stayed in that position. I've always fucking felt like I needed to do something with my life from real young. Even when I was real young and doing fucking crazy shit at 16, 17.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't me. I need to, and you just do it, man. You just got to go and do it. And no matter if it's shit or not, it's all, learning at the end of the day. You might fucking feel like a piece of shit for fucking up but you learn from that. If you don't learn from it, fucking you're an idiot.
You don't grow, you die.
Yeah, that's it.
What I was going to say before, actually, I just remembered, was that reminded me because I watched Grow or Die, Chris D'Elia's new comedy special, which was not bad. I really enjoyed Chris D'Elia, but I prefer his podcast more than his stand-up.
Yeah.
It was a good stand-up, but
He's better with crowd work, I think.
he's just better with riff-raffing. He's better with sitting
the
down
way
and talking.
When he talks to people and he's like real like inquisitive, he sort of makes people second guess themselves
Yeah.
when he talks to them. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's
He
like
just has a-
psychological,
He has a good way of understanding timing in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Different craft on stage. But what I was going to get at was I also downloaded Steve-O's new documentary pop. What do you call it? Like a special, I guess?
It's like a comedy, but he does some fucking crazy shit on it too.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I downloaded it yesterday, so I'm going to try and watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's apparently crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He gets fake tits. He gets a local
I
anesthesia.
just don't like watching that dude do the shit to
Oh.
himself. I'm like, dude, you've done enough. Just stop. Like,
I love
please,
it.
man, stop. It's like almost to the point where you're like, you don't need to be doing this anymore, Steve-O, man. Like, we love you,
love
bro.
you,
We
yeah.
get it. You're funny. Come on, just go fucking smoke some weed and take a nap.
Bro, he got a medical professional to steal drugs from a fucking place, like hospital, whatever, and then got another doctor to inject him by giving him an epidural into his spine while he's riding a bike.
Yeah, and his legs just give out on him, eh? I heard him talk about it on Kill Tony. I was like, that is fucking...
That's insane, bro.
What a psycho.
It's crazy, bro. Do you notice a mad circle, a spider web of individuals when it comes to the online communities we watch?
Yeah.
You know, isn't it so interesting to see like Steve-O do his round and Neil deGrasse, because he has his special, and Neil deGrasse Tyson has his book, he does his round.
Yeah.
But Crush is promoting his tour, so he's doing this round.
Yeah.
It's so good to watch the internet become...
It's becoming a place.
It's a place, eh?
Yeah, it's becoming a place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the theory of the metaverse and all that is. It's where it's like, instead of having to search for things with words, it becomes a physical thing where you can look for it. You know what I mean? You can go there.
You can also just be you can be inside of it and look around like a room instead of having to like look underneath shit to find things.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Like you're in the room, you're in the place
I
of
think 'cause
everyone you know.
We're more visual, so it's like easy. It's going to be easy to find things that, you know, more specific to what you want to look for.
Yeah.
And just with algorithms and stuff too, how crazy they're going to get and specific they're going to get to people is...
Yeah.
I think they're just running a bunch of experiments on us at the moment.
I think
really.
so too.
That's just what they're doing.
Algorithms started to piss me off early in the year.
They keep
I was over
changing,
it.
yeah.
I was over it. But
Dude,
now it's so good.
Have you? So you got Facebook?
I never use it, but I click on it every day.
Have you ever been just... Sometimes you find yourself in a fucking zombie state and you're in Facebook Reels? The Facebook version of Reels?
Yeah. I do.
Have you noticed it's like a fucking dystopian... It's the fucking weirdest shit ever.
Yeah.
But you go on Instagram and it's like...
Death.
Kind of. Mine's like Instagram, it's like, okay, I can know what I'm going to expect. But I go on Facebook and it's like some fucking dude making moonshine in Appalachian Mountains. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
This isn't my algorithm.
Yeah.
But it's always the same shit. It's like
Some prankster
cunts making
like,
fucking
cutting headphones and shit. There's always
like some dude doing some weird plumbing shit, and I'm like sitting there like, this sucks. But I'm like, what's he gonna do next?
I know. And everything's got its own algorithm that just transfers into the next way.
I think Facebook's the worst, man.
Facebook's the worst app of all time.
Yeah,
the only people that use Facebook are mums.
Yeah, or like
only
real
people.
townies when they want to announce that someone fucked them over or they're having a baby.
Yeah, you're right. Facebook's for mums, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 19 with a kid.
The
you
best
use
fucking
Facebook.
places on the internet though is Facebook community pages.
Yeah.
Remember when we put
you're right.
that?
Fozzie the dog basher. yeah. Yes,
Oh,
bro.
dude, there's some of the shit that gets posted there. If you live on this street and you have a motorbike, please turn it on. Like, shut up.
Bro, I love going and making a rant about something. I'll find like, let's just say Surrey Hills community page. So I'll join it, go on maps, I'll zoom in on a street, I'll jump back onto it and I'll say, did anyone notice the people littering on this street today? Like, I'll just make up some bullshit, watch it come in, and then just start shooting bullets
And
at 'em,
people
bro.
will just start arguing in the comments. It's insane. It's a bunch of insane people. They're just like congregate, like, all right, fucking here we go, boys, let's go. Fuck you. Like, no, fuck you. Fucking.
But I'm an instigator, bro. Like,
But you don't even have to instigate anything. It could be a photo of a fucking puppy and people will start like commenting on it and be like,
yeah.
oh, that's a fucking blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, no, it's not. It's fucking, I bet it was fucking bred by a fucking breeder that's fucking inhumane to fucking, it's like, what?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people, man? It's just a photo of a puppy.
Take it to the next level. Start replying to people's comments on someone else's and be like, seems a bit rude the way you said that. Or it's like, I don't like the way you were so quick to like take away what they were saying, you know, but like they had nothing to do with each other.
Best is when you see them go on for so long that they resolve it and then they become friends. And then like a third party comes in, they both tag team that person. It's
I've been that guy, bro. Yeah, I've been that.
Yeah.
I've been all of those
so
guys.
didn't you guys hate each other like 2 minutes ago?
I've been everyone in that
Fucking add
group.
each other on Facebook. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, I've been everyone. TikTok's my favorite app, bro, by far.
Yeah.
TikTok is...
I don't use it. I just use Instagram Reels.
Oh, it's nothing, bro. It's nothing compared to TikTok. TikTok is the greatest app.
It's got good content creation. Like people come up with some funny shit, man.
It's not even that. It's the comment sections.
Yeah, the comments. They're getting good on Instagram too, though.
Are they?
They're getting really fucking funny on Instagram, yeah.
But that's just the TikTok's that people have learnt what works off TikTok and they've taken it to Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so fucking good, bro.
Yeah.
You'll see a fucking video of a girl with one arm or something, and the fucking shit that comes in the comment section. So good.
Yeah, it's so funny, yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten really good. I don't allow myself to play my phone now for more than half an hour a day.
Yeah.
Like I might TikTok on the toilet, but that's it. Like, and then as long as it takes, so it could be 5 minutes, could be 10, 15, half an hour, who cares? But I won't reply to messages anymore. I'm just starting to become a bit more like, this isn't important. Let's not distract myself with it, because I was bad with my phone.
Yeah.
I thought I was good because I was replying to so many people so quickly for a long time.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, sorry, bro.
I'm bad with it, like fucking... Even just watching a movie, man. Used to be watching a movie was lazy, and now you can't even fucking focus on a movie because you fucking start scrolling. And it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I watched Goodfellas the other day for the first time. That's a fucking great
I
movie.
haven't seen Goodfellas.
Really? It's fucking... I mean, I can't talk. I never watched it until now, but
Yeah.
it's one of those movies when you say, I haven't watched it, it was like, whoa, no way.
Yeah.
But I just tried to do it to you then, yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched it yesterday or the day before.
Like, what?
Fuck, man, I
How?
didn't see Goodfellas.
How have you never
What the
watched
fuck,
Goodfellas,
man?
bro? What's wrong with you?
It's the fucking best movie ever, man. It is a good movie, though.
I started watching yesterday. I want to finish it hopefully tonight or tomorrow. This movie on Netflix. It's number 1 right now, I think. It's called like There Is No Tomorrow or something.
Yeah, okay.
And it was produced by Barack Obama.
What?
Yeah, bro. Weird when I found that out.
What
but
the
then
hell?
when the person who told me about the movie said the fact that he produced it makes it fucking very off-putting.
Yeah, okay.
Made me go, oh, I need to watch this. And just watching the first like 20 minutes until I fell asleep was like, where's this cunt going with
Yeah,
this? You know what I mean?
I seen a photo of him at that Bohemian Grove the other day, and I was like, damn,
Yeah, bro. Like, come
he's
on.
looking fucking flashy, man. You got that fucking pink demon sparkle suit on, bro. Bro's a bit fucking saucy.
Yeah, it's mad. I gotta be honest, bro. I could do this podcast all night, but I'm going to go to my last section called Deep Questions.
Okay.
With you. I have to say that before we get into deep questions, when are you leaving to go back? Like
The 6th of January.
6th?
Yeah.
Before then, let's do a group, me, you, and Foss.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, before
absolutely, man. We need to do it.
But we'll also grab a fucking feed and shit as well.
Yeah.
But
we want to do another podcast?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, fucking oath.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk some shit.
yeah, it needs to happen, bro, because I could do this with you forever.
Yeah.
I'm not, but anyway, we'll get into the deep questions. For those who listen religiously, like, yes, I've had a lot of these questions before. I'm going to try and stick to some good ones that I think that I know Rhys would and me could go back and forward on. But my answers change every fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like a new answer for me.
Fucking 7 personalities, brother.
Yeah.
Depends who's going to rock up on the day.
I like to call it growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all friends, though.
Some of them are deep, some of them are not deep. So not saying everyone's going to make us cry, but some of them are just fucking ridiculous. If you wake up tomorrow and you had no weaknesses or no fears, what would be the first thing you do?
No weakness, no fear.
We'll just call it fear of weakness. Like, you know what I mean by weaknesses? Like, we'll just call it like...
In what context? Like...
Let's just say you're not afraid. You don't have that feeling of like, should I do this? Should I not do this?
I don't think I have that.
So you have the complete faith and confidence to just go approach anyone and tell them anything you want to say. Females, like... When it comes to like doing a new experience, like any fears, like fucking obviously not scared of heights, but like
maybe like in terms of like speaking to people, but I don't think like in terms of going, if I want to do something, I do it. I just, you know what I mean? I just do it. But it depends. Like, yeah, that's a hard question to answer, but I think there's nothing that I want to do that I'm scared to do, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Nothing off the top of my head that I think that I really wish I would just do, but I don't do it because I feel like I'm sort of doing all those things. I don't feel like I'm pretty go with the flow. Like I don't
hold back.
I don't really worry about, you know, if I want to do something, I just do it.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good answer. Because if I was to be real, like direct, I'd say pretty much the same thing. I don't have much fears. Most of the things that hold me back is opportunity, not fear.
Yeah, I could say like, oh, I probably could be better at fucking talking to strangers, but it's not like an innate need to me to be like, oh, I wish I fucking could do that. You know what I mean?
A lot of people like at a point in time, I probably could have resignated with like approaching women. Sometimes some chicks are just so hot that you just can't when you're in a bad state of mind.
I don't really like approaching. You know what I mean? Based off attraction.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty like a linear way to look at it. I like meeting people. I fucking try to treat everyone exactly the same. And if there's some sort of interest there, obviously if I feel an urge to interest, but I don't think I've ever met a woman that's just so hot that maybe like if I was drunk, I was drunk maybe, but not one that I'd be like, oh, I just want to have a crack at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've definitely been that guy.
Maybe I should be more like that.
I've been that guy. I've been in situations where it's like, fuck, I should have just made a move. Even when it comes to making a move, sometimes you're like, is it the right opportunity?
Yeah, there's
right
probably
now?
a couple opportunities I could think of where I was like, fuck, I should have done something there.
Yeah, bro, it could be as simple as like kissing a chick for the first time. Sometimes I've been in my own head where it's like, is this the right time to do it?
I'm not the best at making the first move, only because I grew up with two sisters and a mum, so I know how fucking women think and work. Yeah. So I'm like always like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, if I'm going to have to give one answer, I'd probably pick, like, there's one person I'd probably tell them I love them. There's one person, but there's fear of it not being the right thing to say in the right time, I think it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'd do. All right. What is something that someone said that changed your way of thinking forever? Do you have anything like that? Now, I forgot to mention too, sometimes you go first, sometimes I'll go first. So since you answered first last time, I'll answer first this time. I would say it's hard to find an exact moment in which someone said something that changed my way of thinking. But I think that every time someone reminds me of the fact that we are all sharing one consciousness on an individual level, that brings me back to that moment to help. Because when I first thought it changed my way of thinking.
Yep.
Every time someone else gives me a little hint that they think the same thing, it puts me back onto that path that pushes me forward. I've never been able to think of one thing that someone said that's changed my way of thinking.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, so there's been a bunch, but I can narrow down two pretty important ones. One's sort of not as important, but the first one is no amount of fear or stress or anxiety is going to change what's going to happen anyways. It's not something that someone told me, but it's something I read.
That's good.
And like that, I used to be really anxious, super anxious person. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it was like some sort of fucking spiritual awakening, but as soon as I read that quote, it was like a wash of calm came over me. And I was like, okay. And every time I feel anxious or stressed, it's like, I don't need to, no matter how much I think about this right now, whatever the fuck is going to happen in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, that's going to happen anyways. And all I can do is best prepare for that.
Yeah.
So, and that's been super important to me. The second one was my old coach at jiu-jitsu, Luke. I had long hair and a nose ring.
Lock. Yeah.
Yeah. And he said to me, he goes, why is your hair long? I said, because it gets the girls. And he said, the only girls that haircut is going to attract are the ones that'll ruin your life. And it's really stuck with me.
Oh, that's great advice, bro. That's great advice. I'd love to do a podcast with him too. I mean,
he's a legend.
To reach out to that
He's a legend. He's a legend. I don't know. I'm not in the jiu-jitsu clique anymore, but he taught me a lot. Like I spent a lot of time with that guy, so he's a fucking legend, man.
All I hear is positive things about him, so I'd love to.
And the stuff that he's done for jiu-jitsu in Australia is just fucking incredible. I mean, he went over to get trained by John Danaher, who's the best GSP's coach. Yeah. Just the best coach in the world in jiu-jitsu, and spent time out of his pocket and his time, which a lot of fucking of those hardcore Brazilian jiu-jitsu dudes don't do. So props to him. Yeah,
he's a champion, bro. I remember back when I had Saunders on early on in the pod, it was fucking such a fucking good opportunity for me.
It was crazy to see Saunders come through as well, like at the start. He just went from white belt to fucking black belt in
nuts,
or brown belt in however quick. And he's going to ADCC again.
Yeah. I'd love to have him on again. No, I think I will in 2024 early on.
Get in quick because he'll be super famous soon, I think.
Yeah. But I'm glad I got to make that relationship in the beginning. Yeah, which is cool. And now you said something to do with no anxiety or fear will ever stop the outcome from becoming what it is.
Yeah.
I agree with the anxiety fact of it, but the fear part of it depends circumstantial. Because I created my own definition of fear early this year. Because I went skydiving in January. That was my first time. I realised when doing it, this is how I'm doing every January for the rest of my life. It was such a fucking good way to start the year.
Yeah.
But on the plane on the way up, I started to freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Internally, I tried to keep it calm. But then as we're getting closer and closer and closer and the door opens, like I'm like, fuck, this is nuts what I'm doing. It wasn't until I exited the plane that all the fear went away instantaneously. because there was nothing I could do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already fallen. I can't change. I'm strapped to this cunt. I have no control.
And that's what I'm saying though. At the same time, is like the fear that you're feeling there and the anxiety that that's giving you. You can fucking feel that as much as you want. It's not going to change the fact that in 10 minutes you're going to be out of that fucking plane.
Not true. This is what I'm saying. That's why I think anxiety and fear are separate unless you're using fear with anxiety. Fear away from anxiety is different than anxiety.
Yeah. Okay.
Fear, I'm starting to understand, is the availability to back out.
Right.
I think fear comes from being able to back out. If you're not able to back out from
Yeah.
something,
But you
probably
can still
won't
be
have
fearful
fear.
of things that are imminent and going to happen regardless.
When I experienced it,
You're trying to say that
realised-
fear would be that would be anxiety and not fear if it was imminent sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
yeah, that's fair.
Because when I experienced that, that was like a fucking.
And you had it
awakening.
away. You could say, "Oh, I don't want to do this."
I had every availability on the plane to be
Yeah.
like, no chance, fuck this.
Yeah.
It wasn't until it was like, oh no, and then I'm out. It was
Okay.
like, oh, there's no need to have fear anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it was a strange feeling.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with anxiety. I think like you get that in your head and you convince yourself that it's the fucking end of the world, and then it happens, and it's never anywhere fucking near as bad as what you conjured in your head, and you're like, holy shit, I got off so light. Like there's been so
Yeah.
many times where that's happened to me. It's like
Yeah.
you spend fucking so long worrying and fucking in bed and you can't sleep. For what? Nothing. You've just wasted 3 months of your life being able to do nothing because all you've been thinking about is this fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
All right, we'll do two more. Oh, I like this one. Would you rather be able to implant thoughts or feelings inside of other people?
Ooh. Thoughts is kind of manipulative. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is good, eh?
I mean, you know, I would love to be able to say that I would rather put feelings in people, but I'm pretty, you know, selfish natured.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm going to go with thoughts because you could get a fucking long way with that.
Yeah, I think so
As long as
too.
you were ethical. I mean, you don't have to be
You don't
ethical
even
with
have
it.
to be. No one will even know, bro.
But for my own good, yeah, I'd do thoughts.
For the spirit of the podcast.
You know, I could go around and fucking cure sadness in everyone, but
Or-
what good does that do me?
yeah. I'm thinking the same thing, bro. I'm thinking the same thing.
And that's fucked up, but we're humans at the end of the day. We're predatory fucking animals. So
But in a way, if you could, being single guy, right? If you could implant feelings inside of people, like imagine you could just give every chick horniness. Imagine
yeah, and you could
just,
convince them
like-
that you're a millionaire too.
Yeah, but a millionaire, you could give them the thought. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the thoughts don't define feelings. You know what I mean?
They do in
Experiences-
certain types of people, yeah, for
You
sure.
think so?
Some people don't. You know, some of those people, they're not looking for feeling. They're looking for
Yeah, you're right.
the money.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
So.
right. Yeah. Nah, I'd pick it too. I'd pick thoughts.
I mean, and then also, if you manipulated their feelings, it wouldn't be genuine either.
it would be genuine anyway. Putting thoughts in their head that aren't
No,
real.
but like, I mean, like if you got a girlfriend just by making them feel in love with you or whatever, like
Yeah.
you could probably do that with thoughts, I guess, but that's
I
not
reckon.
feelings.
I reckon I could probably live a life like that. The oblivious.
Oh,
fact.
dude, have you seen that movie where I think it's on Netflix and it has not Shia LaBeouf, it has Harry Styles in it.
Oh.
Anyways, she lives in he kidnapped his partner and they're like poor in New York. And he puts her to sleep and then they go to this fucking village in the middle of the desert and they're living in this 1960s life.
Yeah.
And she slowly starts to figure out that it's a simulation.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fucking, I thought you would love this. Like, I thought you'd be
Yeah.
happy to live. And one of the wives knows and she's just fucking happy to be not poor anymore and just like living this 1960s life.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
fucking crazy, man.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'll send you it. It's
That's
fucking
mad. But yeah, I think like I don't even care really if what the truth is. I'm happy to believe what's not true.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I
You-
do.
You,
I don't-
care about the truth?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck that, bro. I don't care about the truth. I'm happy to live a lie. I don't care. What about this? I'll just ask people this question. What if you met a partner that you were like, wow, this is my soulmate. They love me unconditionally. I love them unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And you went your whole life like this, right? And at the end, you had the availability to find out whether this person was lying to you because they just wanted to be able to get something out of you. Maybe they were taking shit that you never realized they were taking. It was all a giant lie or not. Like, would you rather know or not know?
I'd rather know.
You'd rather know at the end?
Yeah.
Would you rather know at the beginning?
Well, I'd obviously rather know at the beginning, but I'd also rather like to know at the end
What if you
than never find out.
really
Yeah, because I want to live you'd want to live an existence that's hopefully,
blissful?
because then you go down in history as that guy that fucking everyone knew and you didn't.
Yeah, but he lived a blissful life.
Yeah, but that guy's a fucking idiot.
But he was.
And
Yeah,
everyone's
so
going, that guy's a fucking idiot.
everyone else
Look
can
how
think-
stupid that guy is.
But that guy never knew that everyone thought that. I
yeah,
think
but and
that
then he's
guy-
dead. And then I don't know. I like the idea of a legacy. I want people to remember. I know that no one will, and that's why, as a thought I actually had about doing this, it's cool because this is going to exist forever on the internet now.
Yeah.
So my great grandkids could watch this and be like, "Fucking," when they're 24.
Bro, that is what motivates me so much to this
Yeah,
podcast.
it's cool.
The availability to have because I would love nothing more than to just be able to watch my dad when he was 25.
Me too, and my granddad and my great granddad.
Yeah.
Especially on my mum's side, I'd be like, "Fucking."
I'd love
awesome.
that. And this is their gift, eh?
Yeah.
This is their gift. My future generation.
That would be amazing. Like any little fucking piece of writing or anything I could find, I'd be like, "Fucking read that."
Yeah.
Just-
We're fucking lucky to live when we live,
Yeah.
eh? I reckon we live in the best time to ever live, eh?
Yeah, for sure. People
Like-
complain about it, but it's like if you really want to go live in the fucking wilderness and make axes with fucking sticks and bits of metal, go fucking do it. No, nothing's stopping you. You also
Yeah.
get the luxury of aircon. Like
Yeah.
it's nice.
And Maccas.
Yeah.
You know?
You can do both.
And vapes.
Yeah, I love that Tim Dillon. He goes on a rant on Rogan, I think, and he's like, why the fuck would I worry about all of this? I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my fucking can of Coke. Like everyone just, why are we getting so worked up about? Just enjoy it. Why we have the best position? We're in the fucking first world country,
Yeah.
doing this, and you want to fucking worry about everything else? Enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. I fucking love Tim Dillon, bro. He's
Yeah.
a gem. Yeah. But the future will be shitter than this, and the past was obviously shitter than this. Like, we are so lucky, bro.
Yeah, I think that maybe the 80s, like our parents' generation, had it the best because there was no real huge wars.
Documentation as well.
Yep, and there was no real huge wars or anything that anyone got
Yeah.
fucking killed in. They were just fucking smoking weed and doing acid. And
Yeah. Ignorant too. to the rest
yeah.
of
I
the
mean, there was a
world.
Vietnam War. I'm not trying to downplay that, but there was no
Yeah.
world wars or fucking
Yeah.
global conflicts
Yeah.
that they were involved with.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather live now than the 80s.
Oh, fuck
100%.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
I can still
fucking
listen to all the
chance.
same music and shit that they listen to way
I'd
easier
buy the
whenever the
same
fuck I
clothes.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You can get a
little
fucking burrito delivered to my house and masturbate at the same time with porn. Like, it's fucking sick.
I know. VR.
You
porn,
could
bro.
literally do whatever you want at any time.
That's the thing. I can't remember who said it. It might have been Jordan Peterson, but he says, right now we have Pornhub and Uber Eats. You have the availability to get any form of satisfaction you want whenever
Fuck
you
yeah.
want it.
Yeah. And
There's nothing else.
encrypted apps with drug dealers.
Yeah, exactly right. That's it. Uber Eats, bar.
Yeah, you don't have to go fucking find some dude at a service station. You can just, you know, like I'm not trying to say I would do fucking meth, but if I really wanted to find meth, within
100%.
30 minutes I could find someone that's selling it.
Yeah. I think that
And
all
I
the
could smoke
time.
that shit.
I
I'm
think
not going to
that
do
all
it,
the time.
but if I wanted to, I could.
Yeah. I think that all the time. That was a good one. All right, last question. What's a misconception that you think people have about you?
Ooh. I think a lot. I think people make an assumption of me based on my past and who I was when I was younger. I was sort of maybe a bit of an esche. I wasn't very sociable. I was very angry at the world. I think a lot of people think I still am. I still manage to somehow find myself in predicaments that make me seem like that, but I'm really not. And I've really worked on limiting those interactions. But I think that's just part of my past and how I grew up.
Yeah.
And, you know, childhood trauma and whatever else. But I don't know. I think people think that I'm a certain way. But I'm not. And I think when people meet me and talk to me, they sort of get that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, bro. Perfect sense. Only part of it I can relate to is the being an esche when you were younger.
Yeah.
It was definitely my
I think it's mostly dudes that
Yeah.
grew up in the same area as me.
Yeah.
I can always tell when they meet me, they're sort of like, I don't know, maybe that's just the way dudes are and I'm just fucking delusional.
Maybe.
Could be that.
Maybe. Yeah.
I always see they're like real hesitant, and then when I'm like nice to them and just talk to them about fucking dude shit, they're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I can relate in a sense of like it's the tattoos and the places I get them that leads to misconception from
And you had
first
like
glance.
a fucking Ragnarok fucking.
Yeah.
You were getting around like a Viking for a little while.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I
Steven
get
says-
that too, man. I had a fucking eyebrow slit and a fucking piercing in my face and like
Yeah.
wore Nautica hats and.
Yeah.
But I never wanted
I
to be an
remember
Eshe.
you at that point, actually.
You don't?
I do.
Yeah,
I
like
do.
I never wore like I liked vintage Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
I used to wear a lot of vintage Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica and stuff, but I was never an Eshe. I guess I was. I grew up in fucking Cranebrook, man. I used to hang
I
out
went
with.
through a fucking rat bag period. Don't get me wrong, bro. I remember I started wearing Canterbury's and Tans at like 11.
I think
I was a rat.
people just think
A
that.
rat tail, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never had a rat tail, but yeah.
Yeah.
People just like to look people on face value and make an assumption, but I think
Yeah.
I don't ever judge anyone before I meet them. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm not guilty of fucking making assumptions of people, but as
yeah.
soon as I meet them, I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll make my own opinion of them.
Yeah, I'm the same, but in a way, the people still have that mindset today when they meet me because of, I think tattoos is the biggest one, where I often hear, it used to be from girls, it used to always be, oh, you're actually really sweet.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I used to think to myself, why the fuck would you even say that?
yeah.
What
I've
part
heard
of
that
me
one a
isn't
couple
sweet?
times. Yeah,
And that was, I only found that answer because you said your answer, but what I was going to go with was, people lately have been honestly painting me in a picture that is not necessarily perfectly fitting, where people have a misconception that I'm doing more than I'm doing. Like people
yeah.
just
But
say,
you've created that aura about you now.
yeah, but it's like I don't.
cool, man.
I'm not doing that much. You know what I mean? Like,
But you're doing so much more than the average.
I don't think I am.
You don't.
I'm doing different things than other people are doing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm doing more than what other people are
But
doing.
they're things that important people do, or like people they deem as important on the internet. So it's like it's easy to make that correlation.
Maybe. But it's like I like it because I have to push myself harder to be the person that I think people are thinking
It's cool,
I
man.
am.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's a misconception. I just
Yeah.
want to let everyone know that I'm fucking I ain't that.
But
bro.
Doxy is the fucking man. That's what
He's
I'll say.
I am the man. I know
Yeah.
I'm the man. I appreciate it, but I know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, just letting everyone know that I ain't doing all that much. I'm
Yeah.
pretty fucking bland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think people see maybe my Instagram is a bit fucking.
Yeah, I think you want to see your Instagram. I'm like, fuck, Rhys does cool shit all the time, bro.
But no, I don't. No one fucking speaks to me on Instagram or anything like that. It's like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's because I'm not like I said before. I'm not a part of any group, but I'm a part of a group sort of thing. I'm just
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just there in the
Yeah.
background doing things.
I relate to that a lot. I felt like that a lot in my life.
Yeah,
It's like a lone wolf that floats between different circles.
yeah,
You know, I found one circle once that we all felt like that, and
Yeah.
that's how we united.
yeah,
But I do feel like I'm very in and out of a lot of different groups.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is the best way to live, and
For sure,
honestly,
yeah.
I'm so grateful to live that life.
Yeah, it's just it can be like a bit fucking
Yeah,
play with your head because you don't feel solidified anywhere, which is what people crave, I think, at the end of the day. But it comes with the territory, I guess.
and it can be lonely.
Yeah, of course.
Can be
Yeah,
lonely, but that comes with making a huge conscious effort to reach out to people.
yeah.
which
I
is what
struggle
I've
with
always
that.
done.
Yeah, I feel like I don't make enough effort with people, which I need to really work on.
Yeah.
And then I get feel like, oh fuck, I'm lonely but it's because I haven't actually, because I'm just doing my thing, and I
Yeah.
don't expect anyone to fucking chase after me. But it's this feeling's still the same sort of thing.
Because the truth is, bro, if you reached out to people, you'd be surprised at how much more connection you'd have with people.
Yeah, for sure.
I noticed it in my own personal life. I have said it before on the podcast, but I could call someone 10 times before they eventually call me back.
Yeah.
When they do, I'm nothing but grateful for that conversation. And it's made my life so much better.
Fuck yeah.
I'm happy to be that guy who just gets fucking left on red.
Yeah.
And I'm going to message again. It doesn't matter. Because
Yeah.
eventually I'm going to get what I need. And what I need is companionship. I need friendship. I need relation. I need just bonding, bro.
Well, no matter where I am, brother, you always got me. So
I know I do, bro. I
Yeah.
know I do. And
there's certain fucking dudes in my life that I've met that are just even though I don't see them we haven't seen each other in 2 years maybe.
well, I wouldn't even know, bro. But it
It's
doesn't
like we
feel
never skipped
like
a beat, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
It doesn't
And it's
feel
like I'm
it.
like that with a certain couple people where it's like once we make that sort of fucking connection, I'm like fucking brothers for life,
Yeah.
really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Gang, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I have got one final question that I do like to ask everyone that comes on. It's not on the app. But before I do, I just have to say thank you so much for coming and doing this.
Thanks for having me,
bro.
man. It's been fucking fun, man.
It's just not long enough.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it all
Be cool to do it
night.
with Fossey, man. That'll be fucking
It will be
interesting.
fun, eh?
Yeah.
It
We'll
will
have
be
some
fun.
good fucking yarns.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'd love to be able to get this out in one episode instead of part 1, part 2, but
Yeah.
chances are it's going to be part 1,
Yeah,
part
that's
2.
fine.
Time is of the essence, and I don't have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, bro, I want to have you on a million times in the future. When
Yeah.
I'm down in Canberra and you're in Wagga, we'll link up. We'll do pods there.
Fucking oath.
Because I want to have all my shit with me on travel on the go.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do the Canberra potty.
Yeah, gang. All right, well, the final question is just a piece of advice. And if someone came to you because they felt depressed or lost, what would you say to that person?
I would say start with making a small change, just one small change, whatever that is, and be rational about what your next move is. You know, it's easy to feel lost. I'd say, you know, there's certain changes that you can make in your life. And I think the easiest ones to do is beginning with your physical health. And I think there's a lot that you can learn mentally from fixing your physical health. You know, I'm not a beacon of health now, if I can vape and whatever. But I think one of the big things in my life that really set me before I went to therapy and fixed up anything else was eating healthy and running every day. Just setting a routine, something that I can do every day, and set yourself a goal and make like Jordan Peterson talks about it, make a promise to yourself and fucking keep that promise, no matter how small it is, whether it's making your fucking bed in the morning. Because I think when you feel lost, it's when you don't trust yourself, and you need to trust yourself. And the only way you can do that is by sticking to your fucking word, not for anyone else but yourself.
Fuck, I loved that answer, bro. Fuck off, that was good. Everyone has a different answer. It's such a mad question, bro. I love it.
It's a good question.
It's an important question, you know.
Yeah.
I started off on the path of like wanting to help benefit others, but bro, the truth is it benefits me. Like above all, like
Yeah, for sure.
I love sharing and the Doxcast is an experience for everyone, but it's like
And I still struggle with ups and downs, but when I'm down, I know that the way out of it is to routine.
yeah.
Is to do what I know I need to do no matter what, and I'll come out on the other side to balance it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, it's mad, bro. Perfect answer. Perfect answer to wrap up perfect pod. I'm very, very, very glad to know you, Rhys. I fucking love you.
Love you, Doxy, brother.
I fucking love you so much, bro. For everyone who made it to the end of the episode, really appreciate it. As I said, Merry Christmas. If you probably didn't finish it on Christmas Day, but hope everyone enjoyed their time off and get ready for 2024 because it's going to be a fucking amazing year.
Shout out to Jesus.
Shout out to Jesus. That's all right.
Shawty gets a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a 2-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt.